In the studio with Chris and DJ RecBoy Shad. You know we in the stew, in the streets or in the booth. Get in tune, click and view, and get into the interview. Behind the scenes of all your dreams and everyone you listen to. Underground or on the scene, you might catch a gem or two. 845 or worldwide, digital or physical. On the block or in the news, we understand we did it too. Promote yourself or get a budget. Gotta learn the do's and doesn't. Gotta learn when to bet it. If we said it, you could trust it. Cause you're now in the studio with Chris and DJ RecBoy Shad.
RecBoys. What's shaking, my peoples? You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy Shad, the homie Chris in the studio. Happy hump day. What's shaking out there? Chris, what's up, nigga? You got your eyes all down and everything? Oh, damn. The homie just pulled up, too?
You already know what I'm doing. I'm in here. I'm sharing the show.
Getting got a lot of ready. We got a lot of everything popping all at the same time, so that's kind of dope. Cub is in the building. What up, homie? Shout out to Too Humble. They doing their thing. Yo, Cub, hit me. Listen, you're not even gonna believe this, but I ran into somebody today, and we trying to raid the fucking Too Humble joint sometime next week. This person is from out of town. They're a huge fan. They got bars, and he says, "Yo, what's up with the Too Humble guys?" I'm like, "Nah, I know Cub. What's up?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to pull up." So I'm like, all right. You know, it is what it is. But I'm not even gonna hold our guest in the building too long without just go ahead and introducing them. But just in case you don't know who we have in the building, check this out, all right?
You know what it is, man. The Kid Cortez, Brooklyn Murder Ave Gang. Resolutions is out right now. And tonight, 7 p.m. on Facebook Live, I'm tapping with my guys, the RecBoys. You should tap in too. RecBoys.
And without further ado, Cortez, what up, homie? What's shaking?
Gang. What's up with y'all? What's good?
Bless, man. Bless. How everything with you, man? I see you out there moving and shaking, doing your 1-2s.
Yeah. You know, running around, doing a whole bunch of things. This traffic is crazy today. But, you know,
that's crazy.
What's up with y'all? And I appreciate y'all having me on the platform.
Nah, we appreciate you taking the time to come on. I was telling V, I'm like, yo, he was just in my neighborhood because I'm out here in Orlando now. So I was telling him, I'm like, yo, he out here in my neighborhood.
I was just out there too. It was super lit out there last week. I had a battle out there.
Yeah, right. I was trying to tap in, but you know, all this shit going on. I was definitely trying to get in there. But let's jump right into it, man. You know, because I've definitely been checking out the album. You know what I mean? The Resolutions joint. And correct me if I'm wrong, man. R.I.P. Meg. You know, Meg. You know what I'm saying? My family out there from Sunset. So you know, he's definitely. I knew of him. I looked up to him. You know what I'm saying? He's not from Brooklyn. I'm from Bed-Stuy as well. So yeah. I knew of him, and I knew what he did for the neighborhood. Is the album kind of like dedicated to him? When I'm listening to it, that's the kind of vibe I get. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, if you see the front cover, when I got linked with the chain has a picture of Meg on it. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a whole, it was definitely a dedication to Meg, but not just solely Meg, but it's just more or less like the overall year. Like what happened in 2020, how the world changed in 2020, and how it directly affected Cortez. You know, and Meg passing was like, that was a big thing. You know, that rocked my year, that rocked my world, my life forever, you know. So, you know, the album is really just pain and just, you know, like relating to the people that understand what we went through, you know.
Yeah, it definitely felt like you was trying, like you were telling him and the people, like, yo, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all didn't know before, this is what it is. Because everybody know, they see you all the time. You know what I mean? You out here, like I said, you moving and shaking. But do they really get to the inside of Cortez? And I feel like this album brought that to them.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've been teasing with records for the last couple years, but this one was like you got to know Cortez. You got to see the other side. You got to see the vulnerability, and you got to see like my mentality, you know, during these times. And I don't know, like I just felt like it was motivated, and I also feel like when your pen is depicting reality, people will connect to you on a different level. And the album is proof of that. You know, like people didn't just look at me as a battle rapper. They were like, oh nah, Cole kind of is arriving now as an artist. And that's a great thing. 10 plus years into battle rap, for me to be able to like transition like another move, that's the goal.
I got a question. Like when you first started battle rapping, right? And you seen it get crazy, like
Yeah.
crazy. How did you feel? Because me, like, I went to a few of them, and I'm like, yo, listen, I'm on point, and my niggas is like, nah, son, you got to be on point, but it really ain't that serious. Like niggas go for niggas' heads, but me, yo, listen, listen. I don't know, a flinch, a wrong move, listen, I might end up with a few things under my belt, and I don't. That's not like no, real talk. So I want to know, I want to know like how serious it gets, and did that affect? Like, did you ever go in a situation like, nah, my niggas might have to hurt one of these little stupid niggas because they just getting a little too close or it's a little too touchy?
Well, first off, even to this day, my team will hit me like, "Yo, son, what's up with son? Like, what's the status on it? Like, you talking crazy or this is battle rap? Like, now my guys know to ask me, yo, this is crazy or this is battle rap. If I say it's crazy, it's lit, you know.
Okay,
And early on, we was like that. Like, I was coming to the events with 30, 40 Puerto Ricans from Bed-Stuy and all over Brooklyn, so they kind of knew not to play with me. You know,
right.
like
I mean, because
they kind of understood, like, yo, you know what, him, nah, leave them alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how they looked at it. But it also helped us muscle our way in because back then people wanted to connect to the real. They wanted to connect to not the fraud shit. You know what I mean? And we represented that. We represented a whole section of Brooklyn that was unidentified. You know, that whole Myrtle, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, Fort Greene mesh. You know, where my hood is like, you know, we needed representation, and I did that, and you know that was the initial goal anyway. So I didn't care what we did. We was turning up and we was mobbing. I didn't do all this hard work for me to enjoy it with strangers. I did that
right,
shit for my niggas to come and fly out with me, or for my niggas to come to me to the event. So we didn't care. It's like, yo, Cole, we got you. We on go.
It's crazy you say that though, because growing up in Bushwick area, because I'm from Locust Ave, and it gets me tight every time I say Locust Ave, and everybody thinks about this little motherfucker. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name,
Yeah.
but
I went to
everybody thinks about
120,
him,
bro.
man.
I went to 120.
Me too. That's crazy. That's
I went to
crazy.
120, son. Used to have the color wars and all that, son. I went to
Right.
120 2 years. I had got kicked out of school by fourth grade. I got expelled out of my first elementary school. And my mom's worked
Yo,
in
that's
Granham. And she was like, now I'm putting you in
crazy.
school there. Come on, son. I
That's
know, son.
crazy.
I've been outside. I've been
Right.
outside. You feel me?
That's
If you
crazy.
don't
So I
know,
used
now
to
you know.
right. So you know Illinois and all of them.
I know Ella. I
I
know
used to
Ella.
run with Illa, all of them.
Me and Ella go way
Crazy.
back because Ella was before Ella was battling. Me and Ella go way back. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually got
Yeah.
tight over the last couple years. But you know, like yeah, I know him. Definitely. We was
nice.
Crazy. So
outside, man.
right. Let's talk about it because like it being Spanish and being from the neighborhood we come from in the era we came from, it was rough. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to really
Big
go out there
facts.
and put in work so people knew, yo, listen, don't fuck with them. Like them little Spanish kids over there running through murder and all that, they do some shit, so leave them alone. So now
Yeah.
when you doing the music and all that, how like I know it had to be rough. Let's touch on that a little bit.
I mean the music, like first off, people think because the hood is gentrified now, that it's like different. And I'm looking at it like, yo, if y'all only knew what was going on before 9/11. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right,
y'all really knew what was really going on out here, like y'all wouldn't be jogging and you know what I mean, doing bike lanes and shit. But
Right.
you know, at that time, you gotta understand, man, where I'm at, I'm from like Taffy area, right? So Taffy's like dead smack in the middle. We got the park, so everybody from the hood comes to our block to play, right? But you got Fort Greene to the right and Clinton Hills. You got the south side of Williamsburg down from Myrtle and Taffy, because the BQE's right there. That's one exit. Then up the block you got LG Lafayette Gardens, and then to the left you got Marcy, Sumner, Myrtle and Broadway, Bushwick, and all that. And you got downtown Brooklyn. So it was like, and in 5 minutes I could get to any hood,
Right.
And I feel like where we was at was a unique part, because we were like, people in our hood was known in various hoods. Like, we could go chill in Bushwick today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go fuck with a bitch in the fort, and then the day after we gonna go and eat in this hood. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, we gonna go to this spot to get the Henny. Like, it was like that. So it was a little different, because I was able to get around a lot of people, and then going to school, all those own schools. I went to 120. I went to school downtown. I went to school here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when I started rapping, people knew immediately, like, oh, of course, rapping. And I was always decent. I won't say I'm nice. I was always decent, but I was always like the man. Like, everywhere I went, I always wanted to be the man. I always wanted to stand out. I got the chicks. I was, the first guy with his own crib in the hood. I had a whip. Like, I was always ahead. So people fell in line and people fucked with that, So I got good support, but I wasn't on battles. I was making music, Like, I had offers and situations and all types of shit. So, and we used to do a lot of shows. So immediately, that little 10 niggas from my block, and then 2 of his mans from here, and 4 of my mans from here. And next thing you know, I got all the hoods pulling up for me. So we made an impact, in the streets. We definitely made an impact.
I gotta how you go about getting a bag in battle rap? Like I get it. Whatever is up for the bout, it is what it is. But how you get the extra bag? Like, a lot of people know, like, okay, if I battle this person and it's such and such for the battle, I get this and that. But there has to be another. I know you from Brooklyn, so I know there's another side hustle on top of that. Tell our people what that is. All right, go ahead.
To be honest with you, I think your catalog and how you gonna move these tickets, because it's like this. Like, I was blessed to get into battle rap when it started exploding, like really exploding. 2008, 2009, 2010, like when when we were starting to do venues. Now we starting to do venues, we started seeing our value. We're like, yo, son, that's 2,000 people in there. I'm the headline. I'm battling this guy tonight. I need this, And then when we started realizing we could get that, it was like, okay. And then you start seeing your YouTube numbers. And once you start seeing that your battles average 1 million, it's like, oh, I'm doing 1 million every time. Oh, yeah, I need this. You know what I mean? So it's like your numbers really got to speak for yourself in battle rap. Now they got apps and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more money, and it's a little bit more sponsorships and commercials coming through, which is a great thing, But it was never just that easy before.
No, that's what I was saying. But
we grew with it. We grew with it, and to be honest with you, smacking them, even like the King of the Dot, like, they understood that we all came up together. Like,
nice.
You know what I mean? So it was more or less like, yo, my nigga, y'all getting more bread. We need more bread, And it wasn't that much of a difference. It was just a matter of keeping your stock. As long as you keep your stock. Like, there was a time when my stock dropped. And my stock dropped, I had to, get on my hustle. I had a 3-battle deal. And Smack was like, nigga, get yours. But you got to turn up these. I can't just sell you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do things. So, having those real conversations and building like that always helps.
That's super dope, because they actually let you know, because some niggas won't let you know. Sometimes that information you got to pay for. A nigga be like, yo, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's dope that niggas was actually like, because you said, you guys came up together. So it all came up together. So there was a group who was already established, who was nice, and who was doing the battles. And it's dope that they actually came in and was like, yo, listen, this is what it is. And now that we getting some more, we're going to base it off like this. Because I didn't really hear, I haven't heard anybody really complain about how much chips they getting, you know?
Nah, because I'll be honest with you, we created our own lane. We didn't have a record label. We didn't have no publishing. We don't have no mechanical rights. We created a stream of revenue in hip hop. Really think about that. Battle rap created its own revenue stream. We did pay-per-views, we did all this, and we did that on our own. You know, we didn't have no backings. There was no title. There was no Apple. There was no Microsoft. There was nothing. You know what I mean? So to get it from the mud like that, they got to protect the property, but they also got to protect us because we are their brand. Like,
you can work.
And they need us. Not everybody could do what we do. I'm being honest. Not a lot of people could do what we do entertainment-wise. The culture will die like that if a lot of us take a break. So, you know, like I feel like we're the Bill Russells and the Wilt Chamberlains of the NBA, like the early stages, but we're still the superstars. But we getting bags. We're not missing out like they did, you know, where later on generations niggas make millions. Like, nah, we getting our bags now, you know, and rightfully so, man. You know, I still feel like a lot of us should be further, but we'll get there.
Now, I mean, expound on that because you said you feel that some of y'all should absolutely be further because it's as a fan and as a fan of hip hop. Like my partner's a fan of battle rap. I'm a fan of hip hop, so I like some battle rap. I like different elements. He's a fan of battle rap. So when you just said what you said, expound on that to where the people understand a little bit more.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah. We hear
Hello?
you. Yeah. You still there?
You broke up a little bit. Now,
okay.
But if you want me to explain on that, it's like this. It's basically like this. Like I feel like we're not just battle rappers though. Like we're entire brands. Like I sell merch. I put out music. A lot of other guys sell merch. They put out music. We have different type of entities, and I feel like we're just promoted as battle rappers. You know, I feel like not just saying me because I just put out a project, but just in general, nigga, albums and stuff like that. If we could get those same scale and get those same numbers as we do as battlers, oh my gosh, like we'll be full blown millionaires. Like we'll be our own league. Like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all superstars.
See, my thing that's what it is. There's so many of y'all niggas, and there's so many nice niggas. Like when you get into battle rap, it's different. And like whack niggas don't last long. So it's
not even whack niggas, but consistency, bro. Because that shit is hard, my nigga. Like that shit is a headache. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's like, damn, son, I gotta fucking write these 3 rounds. I gotta memorize it. You gotta stop everything you're doing. You gotta do your research. You gotta do it because one bad loss could fuck up your bread. You know what I'm saying? If you getting 10,000, and then as soon as you work your way up to getting 10 bands of battle, and a nigga smokes you, and now nobody wants to battle you. Right? And now let's say nobody wants to battle you. Nah, son, he just got washed. I'm not gonna open the door for him because it's a competitive sport. So it's like, damn. It's not like the NBA where LeBron, they lost to the Magic and they had a bad loss, but they got another game in 2 days, and you know what I mean? They could come back. Nah, like nigga, you take that L, you might be sitting on that L for a minute, and then what you gotta do? You gotta sit on the shelf and like, damn, son, you know what I mean? I can't get the 10 bands. This nigga wants to battle me, but he only got 6 for me. Then you got to dump your price down again. It's like that. That's the only thing I don't like, you know, because it's like, what can you do? You got to be able to negotiate and you got to be able to have a demand, you know?
I mean, I think the people need to understand, you guys are building brands, like you said. So it's not just somebody on the stage rapping. And to what my partner was saying earlier, like, yeah, there's a lot of guys who are doing battle rap, but there's not a lot of brands in battle rap, if that makes sense for the people who tuned in. Because you got just guys who just rapping just to rap. Then you got guys like like Cortez, like Clips, like so many people who actually building something around them. So when they stop battle rapping, they could go somewhere else. And he's proving it right now because there's not too many battle rappers who can make albums.
No, that was my next thing. That was my next thing because like you got guys like Blind Fury who snapped, you know, tons of URL guys. I can't even go through the list because we'll be here all day.
Cause yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Everybody gonna be mad at me, and I'm not saying it just because you on the show. I don't think Surf could fucking write a song for the life of me. But battle rapping, sometimes I fuck with it, sometimes I don't. So with you being a coach and you be around these guys, I'm sure they be hitting you like, yo, let's do a song together. Like, what's your first response when that comes?
I was on that early. I was one of the guys that was on it early. Like, yo, let's work together. Me, Clips, DNA, Math, you know, all these guys. I was on that early. But then I kind of realized, like, I was the only one. And it kind of made, I was like, yo, I make better music than y'all niggas. Like, y'all right now.
Nah,
like,
keep it, yeah, that's the shit I'm talking. Yeah. Real talk.
So I was a little, you know, thrown off by it because I'm like, yo, like, okay, cool. I guess y'all don't respect kindness. You know, sometimes people don't respect kindness. People think, oh, you know, it is what it is. And I'm like, oh, nah, okay, this is still a competitive nature. All right, cool. I'm going to just put out my projects. And when y'all, you know what I mean? If y'all see it and y'all support it, cool. But reaching out and all that, I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all niggas, pull up a video shoot, show me some mutual respect like that. You show me mutual respect like that, we could work. You know? At first, I felt like when the album got, the culture didn't support it until the bloggers started listening to it and they started actually being like, yo, this is kind of crazy. You know, I give this 9 out of 10. I got a couple 10 out of 10s. I got a couple 8 out of 10s. Where they're like, yo, I fuck with 8 joints off the album, 9 joints. Like, people were like, nah, this is fire. And from there, then I started seeing people be like, yo, let me tap in. You know what I mean? And the support came, which is cool because it's organic. It wasn't forced. You didn't just post it because you my man. You posted because you heard the fire.
Fuck with it.
Exactly.
Nah.
See, shout out my man Charles. I think he in Ohio. He said, now Surf Spaz on I-95. And yeah, that's freestyle. That's not a song. That's a different. And then we got my man Foos from out there in Chicago. He said, which ones out of all your battles, which one you think was the hardest?
The hardest, like just how it came off, or you mean the hardest, like for me to win or something like that? If it's the hardest for me to win, if it's the hardest for me to win, I would say that first Head Ice battle because I went to Harlem. Ice was the hottest in the world. We headlining World Star. You got all these legends in there. Rakim, Styles, KRS, Big Daddy Kane judging it. The you know what I mean? Kid Capri, and then I was supposed to get killed. I was locked up, and I just walked on them, you know. And then it caused more controversy because they still went against me, and it was like legends went against me and all that. So it built a controversy that actually benefited me. That I lost technically. The loss and how I quote unquote got cheated helped because it built all this controversy on World Star. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, sometimes you don't realize how to roll the dice. So it was good that they made it like that, you know, because I was able to turn that into bread, you know. As far as the artists that I like, you know, I like a lot of my battles, but recently I like the beat battle that I did. That battle, I think, crazy. To me, came off really, really crazy. And that was something new, innovative, and different. And I don't think no one ever did a beat battle like I did. I think I'm clearly... That's the #1 beat battle if you're gonna watch that since 8 Mile.
Nah, that shit was crazy. Shit was definitely crazy. Let me ask you a question. I'm sure they were all calling you after you get this method freestyle. This whole method feature. How does that happen? How does Cortez, from kid from Brooklyn, the kid from Myrtle Ave, out here, you know, running the streets, going crazy, doing this thing in the battle rap, get Method Man on a song with him?
Well, you know, this is our second joint. We got a video and a song out already. So it's always been love with Meth. Like, it's always been like since he did a video with Meth maybe close to 10 years ago when we had the video shoot. And then from there, I always had his number. We, you know what I mean? We always chat here and there about battles. it was never nothing like that. And then, you know, I started chilling in Staten Island. And when I started being out there, the studio, I got where the studio was, and he was there one day. And, you know, we just chilling there smoking, and he's like, yo, Cole, you know, you ever need a verse? I got you. I said, what? Really?
Nice.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
me get
that's how
that.
I went.
I
I
said,
was like,
I said,
what? The cow?
I
Yeah.
pulled the thumb drive out my pocket. Well, since you said so, like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying?
no,
So
absolutely.
like I was
Absolutely.
ready.
Nah,
But you know, and then he did the first record. But then when we did the first record, that's one of the best feature collabs he's done. Like he's even told me, he's like, yo, this classic record and the video, how it came out, he's like, cool, I see you have a look and you have a way that you want your shit to be. And I could trust your vision. The fact he could trust my vision, he respects me as an artist. So, you know, once we did that, and I showed it that everything was like, yo, bro, I had everything laid out from stylist to the location to the video. All I needed him to do was show up and he would be ready. Like I even made sure when we got to the video shoot, the cameraman was already ready for his scene so that he didn't have to waste no time. I said, bro, I only need you for an hour. He showed up and it was so ill. He chilled with us the whole shit. He still played 5 6 hours after that. He was like, nah, nigga, we chilling, we good. You know what I mean? So for this one, I wanted to get back in the studio and I started recording the album and I reached out to him because I knew he just built a new studio in Staten Island called the Meth Lab too. And
nice.
and he told me, he said, yo, look, I'm gonna give you a good rate. Boom, I'll give you Friday nights. You could block out Friday nights and just record the album there and do whatever you want to do. And I
Oh,
said, all right.
that's dope.
And yeah, so I recorded the whole album at his studio. And once I recorded most of the album, I knew the digital scale joint was the next one. So he had to go there to do a verse. I was in the studio and I just told the engineer, I said, Fuego, when you done, tell him that I got something for him to hear. And then he was like, yo, Cole, come to the studio. What you got to play for me? And I played that joint. He was like, oh, this is crazy. I was like, so what's up? We doubling up? He was like, I got you, nigga. Like, you know, he
Nice.
basically like, you gotta understand, he just opened up a new studio and COVID hit. So the
Okay.
studio wasn't getting a lot of business. So it's more like a hand in hand, like, yo, I'm gonna give you business. And at the same time, I was bringing a lot of artists and plugging it. So, you know, I do things like that because I realize it's bigger than rap sometimes. And it's just like, he be telling me all the time, nigga, you can send anybody there. You know, he's telling people, hit call, get you the studio time. Like, so once
Nah,
you
that's
in like
dope.
that, yeah, like it's like, all
Nah,
right,
that's
cool.
dope. That's dope.
You know,
That's
Let me ask
official.
you.
Yo,
Let me ask you this, because how it sounded is you had your verses already laid down and all that. Are you
both
worried when you let
times.
him hear it? Are you worried when
Always.
you let him hear it? Like, yo,
Always.
he's gonna try to kill me.
Yo, the first joint, the classic joint is a bar fest. So I had bars, but I was like, if he goes ham, it is what it is. He went ham. I wanted that because I'm like, I want him to go in. Like, I don't want it to be any verse. So when I seen that he takes his pride in his verses like that, I was like, okay, cool. Now, Digital Scale is more of a swag record. Like, that's a vibe.
got you.
So
Got you.
this one was just hard hip hop. So I wasn't really worried about the lyrics or the bars because I'm swagging on it, you know, and it's more of an updated feel. You know, it's not so boom bap. It's still current. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact we did that balance, you know, I was just like, yo, bro, just ride the beat. And he was meticulous with that too. He was like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to kill this. So I was like, yo, you know what I mean? He still got that drive. He still got that passion. What, 30 years later? So like,
Yo,
you
cause
just have to respect his hustle.
cool. I'm gonna keep it
Yo,
a buck with you. If I'm you and I got him in the studio, I'm not letting him hear my verse.
yo, I was
He
just
might
about to
not
ask
do the
you.
song though. He might not
Right?
do the
Yeah, yeah,
song.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
he
Right.
gotta
All
know
right,
that's worth his time.
Right.
all right. Yo, check it out. Anybody, who would be your super guest feature? Like who would make you step up your bar game? Who?
Hello?
Yeah. We hear you. Yeah, who would make you step up your bar game?
Yo, y'all hear me now?
Yeah. We hear you.
Yeah.
You good?
Nah, my Bluetooth went in and out. But
Okay.
it would be J. Cole. Another person that like to me it's just like super bar heavy that I really respect besides him is really just like a Hove or a Kiss or a Fab. You know, those are the only guys I'd be like, oh nah, I gotta go ham. Anybody else, I'ma just rap. You know, I'm a battle rapper, bro. So I know how to rap. Not being cocky, but I'm not really
That's the
worried
shit I
about
want to hear. Yeah.
bar wise. But I do respect the craftsmen. Like they are artists that may not be lyrical, but they know how to make great music. So when they do that, like that's a great thing too. You know, what I mean? I just want to be around greatness.
I want to
So
hear you and Fred and God.
Oh,
Because
me and
I
Fred
think
had a song. Me and Fred have a record. Me and Fred, well, real close. I used to sleep in Fred's studio when I first started, bro.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We,
Because
we
that's
got
yo,
a song
listen.
called
Yeah, yeah.
Punchline Festival. The
I'm
Punchline
going to get
Festival
that. No, I'm going to
is
get that.
me, it's Fred, it's Clips, it's Hollow, and it's Mav.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to get that. Yeah, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get that because yeah, every time I hear you, like if I'm gonna listen to that, I need bar heavy. I need
Yeah.
bar heavy. So I need to be like, hold on. I heard what he said, but I know he snuck something else in there, so I gotta run this back. You get what I'm saying? Like, no,
Yeah.
I like the music to where I hear a line and I'm like, hold up. Damn, I gotta remember that. And then I hear something else 3 lines later, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta remember that shit too.
Hey,
And
big facts.
you fall in that category a lot when I listen when I go back and listen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, yeah, I wonder what he thought his thoughts about Fred were. But
Nah, that was my bro.
my son is socially safe. My son up in the joint with the mask on. Yo, my nigga, where the Cortez mask at, homie?
Oh, I got some.
Yo, see, right now, man, listen, you supposed to have them things on. You talking about sponsorship and all of that, nigga. Go get the bag. Album is out, nigga. Let's go get that.
Big
so
Yo,
facts.
so
for
how
all
is
the
it when you
artists
all right, go ahead.
for all the artists that are tuned in and all the producers that are tuned in, how do they reach out to you to get a feature or send you some beats to possibly work with you?
Oh, they come just DM me. I respond to all my DMs. You can hit me up on you can hit me up on my email, cortezpolitics@gmail. Like I'm with all that. Like you know what I mean? I respond to everything. So if they hit me up, I'm ready to work.
Yo, listen, you judge battles?
Do I judge battles?
No, because
Yeah.
listen, because we got another affiliate show. Yo, Cub, I hope you paying attention. I'm about to plug you real quick, and they looking to do battle raps. So
Okay.
they might need a host or something or a
Oh,
judge.
we can take back every way we can, Papa.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make 2 + 2 = 4. Get my points off the top. You know what I'm saying? I find the work. I don't even cut the work. I just rebag it and give it out. So, and I know you about your business. So I know he's definitely looking to do like a battle rap thing. So, maybe we could 3-way that and get you up in there. We do a 3-way show or something. I just want to make sure that you're willing to do it. That way I know it's feasible, and then we go check your bank account, see what we can work out.
Oh no, we can do that. We can definitely do that.
You know
Nice.
what's crazy is shout out to V Henny, because when we were talking, she was like, oh yeah, I could link you a call, and I'm like, yo, I've been trying to get called on for a minute because we got mad mutual people, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you remember, we spoke probably like a year ago via the DMs, but you had a couple battles and you said hit me back, and then I kind of veered off and forgot. So when V hit me, I'm like, nah, I definitely want to call because I was getting ready to go to New York about next month, and I was like, yeah, I was just run through Myrtle and hit up a couple of people and find out where he was at and get the interview without him knowing he was booked for the interview. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna get on my Brooklyn shit, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Nah, it would have worked though, but you know, like I tell people all the time, bro. Like I'm all about the culture, because I feel like as long as I stay about the culture and I look out and I try to do certain things, then it's gonna come back. The support will come back, and I feel like this album is the perfect example of that. Like, me being around for so long, you don't really hear bad things. You don't hear no grimy stories. You hear the fact that the nigga's mad cool, he loyal, he fuck with niggas, he put niggas on. you know. And I feel like as long as I do that, I stay in my lane, good things will come. So like we was this was supposed to been happen. You know, that's the least of it. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna make some shit happen because that's just how I move. I like that energy too. So I know this is just the beginning.
Nah, that's dope, man. And we definitely appreciate that because listen, we've been doing this shit for like 5 years, way before COVID, way before niggas thought it was cool to do the live. So, you know, and it's weird because it seems like now it's like the battle rap thing. You know, once you've been doing it 5-6 years, now it becomes a vibe and people forget, like, yo, we were doing it trying to get people to understand the vibe. Now it's the vibe, and it's like, damn, niggas forgot. We veterans in this shit. But
you know what's crazy? We had the first week. One of our first guests was Miss Hustle.
I seen that in y'all thing right there. Like when y'all show such, it shows her, right?
Yeah,
right, yeah. And she had a scarf on and shit. And everybody like, yo, who Miss Hustle? I'm like, yo, you crazy? Like this, is what I mean. Like even like I was telling my one of my younger guys at the job who work with me. I'm like, yo, we got Cortez on tonight. He's like, who's Cortez? I'm like, come here, sit down, Poppy. Let me show you. And I start playing.
Yeah,
He's like,
crazy.
yo, he's like, yo, I ain't, because he just turned 22, 23, real young guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started letting him listen to it. He said, yo, can I hold your phone? I'm like, hold my phone so I can keep checking. I'm like, yeah, you need to do your research. So my question to you is, how do you feel when these younger guys come up? You know, because how is it in music as well as battle rap? How do you feel when they come up and they don't do their research or understand who you guys are? Like, how does it affect you? Does it even bother you?
That doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me. My son is 17. So I run everything by my son now. I be like, yo, E, what's up? Niggas jacking this? Niggas fucking with this? And he keep it a buck with me. He be like, yo, dad, that's more like for your peoples. And then he'll tell me, oh, nah, this will go. We will bump this. You know what I mean? Like it really be like that, you know, and I play my cards like that. So when these new guys, I do a lot of songs with a lot of new up and coming artists. You know, I to be honest with you right now, for 2021, trust me, I have over 40, 50 features already from artists all over the city. So like if you ain't hear about me on one album, you about to hear about me on another album or something. You know, like, and I'm talking about all up and coming artists, established artists. Like I just been working. You know what I mean?
Yo, you say you got a 17-year-old son?
Yeah.
Yo, he rap? He into music?
Nah, he could if he wants to. He's more into the looks though. I kind of see him more maybe in a video or like a stylist type of thing, because I see already where his mind is. Like I'm exposing him to the stuff, and I just want to see what catches his mind. But he's got a good eye. He's got a good ear. So I tell him, you know, but I wouldn't force it on him. Like if he wanted to rap, I'll tell him, yo, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, no. I feel you.
know?
Now I had to ask because I got a 21-year-old and I got a 13-year-old, and I'm a barber by trade. And these niggas don't want to cut hair. And it's cool now, you know, that's why I was asking, you know, because like I said, certain things, once you understand it, you understand that you are the work. Like you create your product. So your product is going to be as potent as you want it to be, or it's going to be as weak as you want to be. And not a lot of people have that ability or have that skill set or have that talent to do that. Some people have to have people think for them and have to do a 9-to-5 type of gig. But I just wanted to know because you work with the left side. So, you know, I thought maybe your son would be like, yo, I want to rap, or if he was pushing them. But that's dope. That's dope.
I mean, like I said, I would if he was on it like that. But I'll never force him. I just tell him, yo, do what you love, you know?
Nice.
So what's next? What's next for Core?
Honestly, we almost done with Resolutions 2 already. And besides, we almost done with Resolutions 2. Bro, I'm on it right now. I'm trying to make sure that by the time the pandemic hits, everything is on go. Yo, Pop, you got Dutchess? No Dutchess?
So check this out. Yo, listen, I got the I like these right here myself. I like I'm not even gonna put that because them niggas ain't cutting me a check. But anyway, so what we doing? You like the cookies brand? Because now you talking about language. You talking about language now.
What's up with it? Talk to me.
I'm trying to find out what's the best thing smoking out there.
Oh, right now, I
Yeah.
got the Biscotti. I got the Biscotti 87. That's the
All right.
super gas.
I got some Mac 1. That Mac 1 hitting different.
Oh, I got some Mac 1 on me too. I forgot. I also had some Gary Pippin. I don't know if you smoked that Gary Pippin. Not Gary Payton, Gary
Oh,
Pippin.
all right. See, now you're gonna make me call my guy and make sure that I get that on the next flight. No, real talk. Yo, dude, like real I'm trying to get my partner to get them cookie niggas on the show because them niggas give out samples and all that shit. Like when they was on the Drake Champs, my nigga. Yo, dude, they had Uncle Murder smoking some shit that ain't in New York. So I'm like, yo, I need that. We need that type of
Big
plug.
facts.
No, real talk. Like I'm really looking into getting my own strain, but just to put my name on it. Like I'm not into the growing process. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. My son in the third store looking for Dutchess.
Nah,
So Cole, I know you busy. I know you running around, man. I want to say thank you for your time. Appreciate you chopping up with us. We definitely gotta make this happen again. And next time you in the O, let me know, man. We definitely link up. And when I come up there,
I think I'm gonna be out there the beginning of April.
Yo, where Florida?
We definitely make.
I think I'm gonna be out
in Florida.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be out in the beginning of April.
It's funny because I think I'm taking my spring break to Florida this year. I don't think I'm going to North Carolina this year. I think I'm going to shoot down to Florida. So we might try to swing that because I'm trying to be up in the video too, my nigga. I'm trying to do all of that. Well, Cortez, listen, we love you, homie. Keep doing your thing. Yo, listen, plug the album. Tell the people, let's get it.
Listen, man, Resolutions is out right now. It's streaming everywhere. We got the digital scale video dropping next week. We got the LeBron interlude out already. We working, man. Part 2 on the way. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the album. And we shot
He said the LeBron interlude. See, he slipped that one in the LeBron interlude.
If you haven't heard the
album,
album,
my games too. My games too. Like this album tapped into everything: the NBA bubble, COVID, losing people, getting to the bag, figuring out new scams. Like I wanted people to identify 2020. I want Resolutions to connect with 2020. You know, when you think back about a year and then you hear a certain song and it takes you exactly to that time, that's what I want this album to be. That was really the goal, you know?
Yo, listen, anytime you dropping a single, tag us, we're going to promote it. Any video, we're a video-based show. So any video you do, we're going to burn that bitch up. So just send it. I don't care if it's battle videos, whatever. Send it, homie.
I'm gonna send y'all some shit tonight.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Make sure y'all DM me the email. I'll flood everything.
I bet I'll send it to you. Cool. We appreciate the time. See, my man out here in Florida said when you come out here, you need to let me know. He got you. That's out there in Kissimmee. So
all right, cool. I'll be having the parties out there too, the little 420 parties out there. So like I hosted one while I was out there on that Monday. And
yo, listen,
they got it.
Listen, no. See, I don't want to hear what they got, nigga. Tag me, I'll pull up, nigga. I bring my own smoke, nigga.
You in Florida?
No, he's in Florida. I'm in New York. But yo, listen,
New York, I got the parties out here too. Yeah, don't worry.
That's what I'm talking about. Plug, yo, listen. Not only that, my nigga, yo, dude, I got an FM show you can tackle. I got 2 more video shows you can tackle. Yo, listen, plug me, my nigga. Like, real talk. It's all love, my nigga. Like, real talk.
Let's get right.
You already.
All right,
homie. We love you, all right? Be easy.
You're ready.
You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy, Shad, the homie Chris in the studio. We are back. We just had the homie Cortez. Yo, shout out to MJ. Yo, listen, I don't think you guys understand. MJ definitely deserve Hustler of the Week. Every day every day I'm getting good music from her. We get our like she keeps us on point.
Yeah.
She keeps us
She be
plugged in.
flooding that email.
Yo,
Flooding that
listen,
email.
No, well, see, there's a difference between flooding it and putting good shit in there. Like everything, like she's
What
on point.
What I mean,
She's
what I
on
mean
point.
by what I mean by flooding is she's just not sending one artist. It's
No,
hundreds of
she's
artists.
on it. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
she's
Like she's
on it.
flooding that shit. And like I said in the post, yeah, listen, man, she's a blog. She's a blogger. She's a writer. You know what I mean? She's a publicist. Like, and she just don't. She's Federal Stars publicist. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's fucking
Rampage.
Billy
Cassidy.
Dance, Rampage,
Billy Dance.
Cassidy. Like, I could keep going.
Not
Like,
only that, but not only is she their publicist, but she's really about her business. Like it's cool.
It's crazy. I'm thinking about as I'm saying all these people, and I done tagged how many people just left and went to go friend request that she gonna hit me later. Like, yo, what the fuck? I forgot.
Nah, that's what's up.
That's not what's up. Cause yo, it's and I need everybody to understand this shit. Like when y'all reach out to certain people, especially when you hear a name and you know somebody tags somebody in the post and you realize who that person is. How you introduce yourself or how the beginning interaction means everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when she hears this and she sees your damn you said my name, it's gonna how these people hit up is how she's gonna react to me and be like, yo, see, you done put these, you know what I mean? So it's always I learned that a long time ago too. You know what I'm saying? Watch who you introduce to people, you know what I mean? Because that shit reflects on you.
No, definitely. So what you thought about the interview?
No, yo, listen, it was dope to like I went to PS120, I went to IS49, like so all these schools you told me, like we went to we probably was not knowing in the same class type some shit, you know what I mean? I know he's from my neighborhood, you know what I mean? We got mutual friends, you know what I mean? We've been in places together, but not with each other, you know what I'm saying? And like I said in the interview, to be from the era that we're from and have to go through what we went through to be, accepted in the neighborhood. Like we talking the 80s and the 90s, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just keep it a buck. We talking the 80s and 90s in Brooklyn. It's not too many Spanish kids, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you live in the projects, you know what I mean? And you got to earn your keep, you know what I'm saying? Once you earn your keep, it's love, you know what I mean? And that's exactly how it was. And for him to be in the music game at that time in that era, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of bumps on the road that he had to, ride over and ride the wave with. But to where we at now, like I read an article the other day and they said, yo, can't Spanish guys, Puerto Ricans, you know what I mean? Are they hip hop? And I'm like, yo, do they know like some of us helped create hip hop? Like, you know what I mean? Do they not know their history?
That's a dumbass question. And for people to say
people know their history.
Well, I mean, that's what it comes down to. But I mean, I don't know. For somebody to say that they're not hip hop, they can't possibly be hip hop.
Nah, Shad, it ain't that they're not hip hop. There's a bunch of guys who's probably tuned in right now who claim they hip hop that don't know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't know that. Like, Buster said it a few months ago or last year, whenever he said it, people really didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like, and I tell this shit to all my Spanish people, like, yo, you're black.
Right.
Like, do your research. Stop saying I'm friend. Like, you're black. Like, you're a mix. You're a mutt. You're a mixture of everything.
Yeah, but you're a different type. So they look at you differently when you say that. No. But that's the point I'm trying to make. I know this because of how and where I was raised, right? Like if I wasn't in these circumstances growing up, I probably wouldn't be as aware as I am now. I got you. Because, like you said, where you grew up, it was natural. There was no. We all black. You just a lot of skin.
No, but that's the crazy part because it wasn't like that at first. It wasn't like that. We really.
I mean, some parts is different. Some parts is different.
I remember going into Southern Project, Lewis Project, Marcy Project, and really having a fight. You know what I mean? Like they would try to jump you. It was crazy. Until they realized, like, yo, listen, man, them Spanish kids coming over here, they crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then we start running through, we start robbing them and doing shit to them, and then we just start clicking up. With something we just clicking up, and then that's where. As you start getting into your teenage years, like I say around 88, 89, 90, that's when it really started like to change it. That's when we all like grouping up we going now. We going, oh yo, we gonna go to Red Hook and we gonna see what's good right here. We gonna go to you know what I mean to Brownsville and all that. We grouped up and start hitting these neighborhoods. Like, yo, listen, one thing I could definitely remember about back in the day was you wasn't going to other neighborhoods. If you was from Brownsville, you stood in Brownsville. If you was from Red Hook, you stood in Red Hook. If you was from fucking Best Eye, you stood in Best Eye. You know what I mean? Like, it was rare that you left. If you left, you went grouped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stitch said, because you light skinned.
Check this out. Boss move or buffoon move?
What we talking about?
Swiss and Timbo sell versus. But they make everybody who's had a versus shareholders. So they still own shares in it. But I guess they sold. How you feel about that? Let me know. Wait. Before you say anything, hold on, because the celebrity chimed in. You know, Tyreek from Power.
Right.
He was on social media and he said, you know, I guess it's cool, but the niggas are sellouts. And you know, and Swiss and Tim both said, you know, how we sellouts when we still own it. So I just want to know how you feel about that real quick before we, you know, wrap up the show.
I wouldn't. All right, it's for me. It's like a double-headed coin, right? Like, it has its pros, but it has its bad too. Like, shout out to homie Black. I kind of touched on it with the Jay-Z thing, right? Like, you build something. Us as minorities, we tend to build shit and then we sell it off to where we really don't own it no more. We're making money in it, but it's not ours. So it's not something that is generational for us. You know what I mean? We live in the now, in the moment. You know what I mean? As far as them building what they built, shit was crazy. It would never be nothing like that again. With the magnitude and the impact that it has made on the culture, right? For them selling it and only being shareholders means they're only making bread on it. They don't have no decisions and nothing to do with it anymore. That's the part I don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like, when we the whole thing of when we start building something.
Anybody, Rock is in the building. You see his comment? Big sellouts. All these celebs can't keep shit in the culture.
Right,
they giving everything away. Black.
That's the point. I kind of feel I might have to send him. I might have to send him the fucking link again so he can expose on it.
Crazy. He said, "Think about it. Shit about to start opening up. A lot won't be listening, and once everything opens up, so they getting out. While still good, in my opinion.
Let me keep it buck.
I get that too. I like this. I like where we're going with it.
This. Let me keep it all the way 100 with you. Even when it opened back up, the internet always gonna be there. The internet was there before this happened. People are always on their phone. It's like I tell Shad all the time. If you can make shit so accessible to people to where it's right there in the middle of their hand, they're not going nowhere. Whether they're outside, inside, basement, attic, roof, wherever, they're gonna tune in, right? So it's the click of a button. It's keeping them right there, right in front of your face. When they click is right there. They don't gotta go nowhere else, right? So back to the selling shit. We all too often are building shit, starting shit, and I'm not talking about just, you know, the minorities. People in general, right? We build shit, we start shit, we creative, we get it going, and then we soon to tap out. And what I mean by tap out is, yo, listen, we're gonna get this money, you know what I mean, and we're gonna call it quits. But how about the ones underneath us? And what I mean by that is our kids, right? Like, we went through it as kids, you know what I mean? We building this. If we sell it, are we really paying ourselves? You know what I'm saying? Because then now what my kid gonna have to do?
This is my thing. This is how I see it, because I get it. And, you know, I'm with selling ideas. I'm definitely with selling ideas. If you want to buy a fucking idea that I come up with, by all means, I got a whole bunch of
it's like Doggy Diamonds was saying. It's like Doggy was saying last week. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds.
Absolutely. But Rob said, I know I prefer in-person concert to the versus thing. Yeah, but Rob, also, this is another thing that
hold on. Real quick. Let me touch on Rob real quick. How many motherfuckers never went to a concert in their life because they can't afford it, but now they can watch it right there in their fingertips? With that, real quick, Shad, I'll be right back. Guys, say what you just say. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, my thing is this. How can I put it? Do you know exactly, like, now because they did these verses, there's gonna be a lot of concerts based on verses. So it kind of opened a lot of things up. Me personally, I'm kind of on the fence because, you know, when we had Doggy Diamonds on there, I was like, yo, listen, I'm not selling CatchRec. I don't give a fuck who wants what. I don't give a fuck whatever the case may be. I don't care if I don't sell nothing on this. I have too much invested in CatchRec to sell anything. So there's not a price. Will I sell part to eventually buy it back? That would be the only way. So if you do hear that I sell anything, it's because there's something bigger down the line. But also, it's like, yo, how much is it going to go from there? From what is already grown, how much is it actually going to grow? Is it going to grow anymore? You know, things are starting to open up. It was a good hit for the moment. So is it really that? Is it of that importance now? And I get it, Dash, where you're saying, because I'm fully with owning everything. Certain things I'm fully with, but are we selling out though? Like, is it? I mean,
listen to what he's
is
saying.
it about the money?
It's not even about the money. It's about generational wealth. Like, yo, think about it. Nobody who's doing what they're doing is doing what they're doing so their kids can go through what they went through, right? Like, we're building this for our kids, dashing them doing their music for their kids. You know what I'm saying? The other podcasts are doing it so that they could build the brand so their kids could take something over. I think this is what it comes down to. We're so caught up in making the money right now. Yo, listen, I can get $1 million right now. I get $1 billion right now. I could do this. But what the fuck is that going to do for your kids 20, 30 years down the road? Unless we're teaching them how to do exactly what, like, think about it. These schools, let's break it down. Let's go deep into this shit, right? Think about what they're teaching our kids in school. Are they teaching them anything that is really going to benefit them in this motherfucking world?
Majority, I want to say 85% of it, no. 85% of what they teach in school is just to pass the test.
Right. So now let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down now. So now we build this thing. We figure it out, right? We build this thing called Versus, right? And we get this shit going. And then we sell it just to have stocks. Right?
Well, see, I mean, like I said, I get it.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Now, let me break it down more. Now we sell it to somebody. All they do now is they grab our shit, they dumb that shit down, they pollute the shit out of it, and it's no longer ours. Yeah, we get a check. We stockholders, but are we really doing anything? Like, yo, think about it. What they just built is for us. And what I mean by us, I'm talking about music. Let's just say music. I'm not going to just keep it in hip-hop and R&B and all that. I'm talking about us in music. They just gave it away. They just gave it away. That's like all these artists who are giving away their publishing, they masters. And that's exactly what they just did. They just basically gave it, here you go, get the check and just give me a percentage.
Well, see, I mean, I get it. I think we gotta check. More stuff is gonna come up. Let me see what Stitches says. As far as what schools has taught us, yeah, tell me what the point of knowing how to divide fractions. I've never had to do it in my life. Y'all tell me though. But no, absolutely. But my thing is this, and like what Dash was saying, hold on, it's cool. Let me go back to it. It's cool to flip assets and make bread, but ownership can feed your people forever. And when he means forever, he means forever. I like to just put it like this. Think about the heavy hitters. Do any of them niggas completely sell out? Like, does Mark Zuckerberg not own Facebook? Like, did he sell out? I'm pretty sure he had.
Yeah, but listen.
No,
when you start,
saying.
I need the people to understand this shit because Dad's touched on it last time too. Like, when you start these corporations and you have stockholders, you really don't own the shit. They run it. They can vote you out, whether you're the CEO or not. So do you really own it at the end of the day? Like,
well,
really think about it. I need the people to think about it.
It depends how much stock you break up. But my whole thing is this: is like, all right, there's a board for Microsoft, but Bill Gates owns the controlling share. Facebook, there's a board. Mark Zuckerberg owns the controlling shares.
Yeah, you got to find that. You got to find that out. How what they do is a swing share. I need the people to go look really and understand this business part because it's really
no. We're gonna have to do a show on it because
it's really more in depth than what you're saying.
Yeah. Because we don't know the back end of it. We just know.
No. But if you know business, then you know once your shit goes, and their stockholders, you could get bought the fuck out within a minute. It ain't nothing. Whether you it really ain't nothing.
It's all on how the stocks are. Like we could right now we could offer stocks to CatchRec. but we're only going to offer 40% of the stocks so that me and you maintain 60%, which means it doesn't matter if one person buys all 40%. They could never outvote us.
Nah,
You
but
get what
I
I'm
could
saying?
get you out. But I could
Yeah,
get you
you
out.
can.
And
If you
which
thought
is,
it was
and
started
think
with
about
him.
it. This is how it happens. This is exactly how it happens. Let's say I do. Let's say it's a stock company, right? But my kid is the swing vote because I got him on the board, right? That's the one
Absolutely.
vote that could change the whole shit. Then they go corrupt this little motherfucker and they sell the shit. It happens all too often. Like,
Oh, yeah,
what's that? What's that movie show?
absolutely.
What's that movie show that was on? It wasn't Power. Was it Power? Not Power. What's the other one that was on? And it had the
Empire.
lions, the Empire.
Empire.
They showed it all in there without telling y'all. Like, people really need to understand. Listen, I understand everybody want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody want to go own a business. Everybody want to own some shit. But before you own some shit, you need to know what owning some shit really is. What ownership really is. How to really run a business.
He got a good question here. What if the goal was always to create something to sell?
Oh,
Then
that,
you're
I
probably
don't
not
think,
gonna. Then you're probably
I
not
don't
gonna
think,
put that much emphasis in it anyway. No,
yeah, I
because
don't
we
think nobody
create things
starts
to
a
sell.
business to sell it.
Nah.
Hang on. I don't think anybody has ever started their first business and say, yo, I'm gonna just start this business to sell it. Unless that was their shit from the beginning. Like, yo, listen, I'm into this. I'm just like starting shit and selling it. I never met one person in my life that say, yo, listen, I'm gonna start a music company or any type of company just to sell it. Unless that was their shit from the
some
start.
people's in the flipping businesses, you know.
Yeah, but that's their shit.
But that's what they go in there for. There's a difference.
Right,
Absolutely,
right,
there's a difference between you making a business with your heart is this is my business just to sell it. That's harsh.
Yo,
that's hard.
Look at these artists right now. Look at all these artists right now. All these independent artists who so-called do music, right, and want to do features with people, but their ego gets them in the way from doing a feature with somebody. It's kind of like the same thing, right? Like, yo, listen, I do music. I want to do features, but I'm better than him in my mind, so I'm not doing a feature with him. It's kind of like the same thing. I'm gonna get this business. I'm gonna start this business just to sell it, but I'm not fucking with them because they shit ain't on my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That says Vince and WE did it right. He owns 49%. His family owns those. See, they can never buy him out. 21%, but his family votes against him completely. It becomes 49-51 of voting. That's smart. See, it depends. It's all in the amount. It's all in the amount of shares.
How you break it down?
You gotta be capped. Not how you break. Yeah, it's kind of like how you break. How it's structured. Let's just say that. It's how it's structured.
And Charles said they still making money off the brand. And what is it by having shares so they not losing? They getting a lump sum and an extra wave of income. But I mean, it's all about what your situation is, though. Because
that's like bringing the key in. That's like bringing the key in, taking the risk to bring the whole key in, bring the whole shit over here, and then you tell son here, hey, go get rid of it and just give me X, Y, and Z. You put in all the foot. You took all the risk.
But check it out. It's the same way with how it ended up with Jay-Z and Rockefeller. When him and Dame Dash went in, they sold half of Rockefeller to Def Jam. Years later, he bought back his half.
Yeah, but hold on.
Which ended up him having.
He did it. He really did it without Dame knowing. Like, people, this is the business side of it. Like, understand.
But he sold but he sold his half.
Right, which
he
I don't know.
He don't have to talk to Dame about anything.
I gotta look into it. Hold on, hang on, Dash. I'm gonna bring you.
They did a 50%. They did a 50% share. So where they own 50%.
I don't think it was 50-50 for him to be able to get him out the way he got it. And again, I don't know the logistics of it.
We're gonna have to break it down. But from what we were told, it was a 50-50 split. Jay-Z ended up getting to buy back what he sold later on, which gave him 100%.
Yeah,
he maybe didn't know it when he sold it.
He wouldn't be able to oust Dash the way he did if it was 50-50. So, like, what else?
He didn't oust Dash. No. What happened was, they sold him back the 50%. Him and Dash had 50 together, right? Dame had 50 together. 50 together.
Black, check your inbox. I gotta send it to the king real quick. Check your inbox. He tapping in right here. Get shot.
They I'm trying to see what we got going on here. All right. What ended up happening is they sold 50% of the company for the distribution and everything else. So now what happened is 25 you, 25 me. You get what I'm saying?
That's all right. Check this out. If I own 50%, well, I own 50% of CatchRec, you own 50%, right? I sell my shares. I no longer
That's not
have
no.
options.
Hold on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They sold it as a company. They did a joint venture with Def Jam, 50-50. Right? They did a joint venture with Def Jam, 50-50. So that means 50% of Rockefeller is owned by Def Jam. 50%
Now, hold on,
is
Stitches Dash didn't want to sell it. He didn't want to give up his ownership. He ousted out that motherfucker.
well,
He
he
tell
had no
you, go check
choice.
out the interviews. Yeah,
No,
go
no,
check out
no.
the
He had
interviews.
no choice. Yeah,
He
no, no,
ousted
no.
out that motherfucker. He didn't want to do it, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, I'm gonna have to go look it up so I can really break it down for y'all. The homie Dash might know a little bit more, but once he sells his shares, and it probably was an agreement between him and Def Jam already. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna give you the shit, but let me come back after we get this motherfucker up out of here and get my shit back. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's
It
what
probably
happened with
was.
Jay-Z. And that's what they did. They
That's
said,
what I'm
yo, we
saying.
not fucking
Yeah,
with this
because
nigga no more. So
Jay did
how
some
to
sucker
get you
shit.
back? Well, no, I
Let's
mean,
keep
they came to him and
let's
told him
keep it a
this.
buck.
They told him
No, let's
this.
keep it a buck. Hold on, let's keep it a buck. Jay didn't want to have no dealings with Dash. He didn't want to do no more work with him. Let's keep it a stat. Let's keep it all the
I
way a
don't know.
thousand.
I don't
He
know what
didn't. He
I'm all
didn't.
right. Say how you see it, and then I'm gonna say how I'm see it, and then we're
Nah,
gonna
it
bring
ain't
it
how I
back.
see it. I'm telling you, if you go this, I'm telling you what Dame Dash is saying in all his interviews.
I
He's been
understand Dave
saying for
Dash, but we
years.
didn't hear Jay-Z's part. You only hear one part of the
Jay,
story.
you'll never hear Jay-Z's
All right,
part.
so
You
then
never.
so now we're just speculating what
Now we're
the
not
other
speculating. We
part
gotta
is.
go on. We gotta go on with this man is saying. That's not speculation. Is me not hearing nobody's side and making an assumption on it. I'm
No,
telling you what this
but you
man is
only tell
saying.
it. All right, and then we see what happened with Jay-Z. Jay-Z said, okay, listen, this is what the offer could have been. The
Yo,
offer could have been like,
if
yo, bring
Jay-Z
him
wanted
back.
him a part, if Jay-Z wanted him a part of it, he would have bring him back in after he did all that shit. He didn't.
I get that. No, I get. They could have said, "Yo, listen, we don't want to deal with him. So that how we bring you back is we're gonna give you your other
Yeah,
half of the company."
exactly. Who wanted to deal with Dame Dash when he all in your face? This
So
this is the problem.
maybe that's
This is
understandable.
that's not
Maybe
understandable
that's
because
understandable. I mean, because
without Dame, is there Jay-Z? Let's keep it a stack.
all right, but this is what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that your partner is an asshole. That means that your partner grew as an asshole and he's not workable no more. So now you have to understand: did we grow? Do I jump off the ship before it sinks, or do I
Yo,
go down
these
with this
guys
nigga?
do Shad, these guys don't make the deals that they made. They don't make the money that they made without him doing what he did. He
I
was in
get
there
that,
fighting.
and
He
then
was
you
in
get
there
to a
fighting for
certain
the
point. It's
yeah,
like Mike
because
Tyson. It's like weights.
the man came and told this dude, yo, listen, we can't have him over here who's telling us what to do and telling us how to do it and
Look at
getting
what you're
this
saying.
guy's
Stop.
head.
Listen to what you're saying. You telling me what the man said. We have no information of this. What I'm saying is
This
we
happens
know.
every
No,
day.
no, all right, no. But what we saying is we know there's a
You think
difference. Friends
so you
grow
think
apart. If Dame was really on his job, don't you think he would have the same opportunities Jay-Z has? There
he
comes
didn't
a
want
time and
to?
difference where people don't make sense, where people
Nah, he didn't.
people aren't going the same route, and they think that they're both successful. Who's right and who's wrong? The only thing that's gonna show is time. And guess what? Showed in time. Jay-Z became a billionaire. Dame Dash is broke. That's what came in time.
Yeah, but his man did that to him. So you saying that's right?
No, what I'm saying is he could have been fucking up. And his man told him, yo, my nigga, you fucking up. He was like, nah, I'm right. So I'm gonna go this way. And guess what happened when he went that way? He became broke and I became a billionaire. So now it's on personal preference on what you think is right or wrong. But we can talk about
he
what
became
happened.
a billionaire. He became a billionaire, but left the man who started it all with him because the man who started it all
But
with him,
this is what I'm saying. He could have tried to take
the
him
man who
with him.
start
He
the
didn't want
man
to do the business.
the man who started it off with him was sitting there, the one who was fighting all these corporate companies who never believed in Jay-Z from the beginning, who never wanted to give Jay-Z a deal from the beginning. He's the one who's went and structured all this shit. And over the middle of everything happening, him being as loudmouth as he was and not taking no shit from nobody, shout out Black, and not taking no shit from nobody, his man did him dirty. Go ahead, Black.
Yeah, but
Let me hear what you got to
wait,
say.
hold on, Black. Yo, listen, you can't do him dirty if I'm trying to take you along, my nigga, and you not
He
willing to
wasn't.
take. If we don't know that. That's the part that we don't know. We don't know if he was trying to take
Let's
him
Black.
along or not.
Black, you know
All right,
about
go
the
ahead, Black.
situation?
Which one, the Rockefeller one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what we just
Yeah, I
speaking on.
understand.
All right, go ahead. Speak to the people, bro. Speak to the. Oh, yo, listen. For y'all who don't know, we got the big homie Blackout. You know, co-host of What We Talking About. finally TV. I don't have your banner or your joint, so I can't decorate you, but but I can tell they can check the replay, Blaze Them Up Radio, Saturday at 8 p.m.
Wait, before he says anything, he owes me a verse. So go ahead, Black. Say what you got.
2 verses. He owe you the verse and the remix. Tell him, get it right. Get it right, nigga. Get it right.
Got you. Nah, look, with the I speak to my point initially, and I'll get to the Rockefeller part. So when I was saying about the WWE, here's how that works. And I said that Vince McMahon did it right. So Vince McMahon owns 49% of the shares of WWE, and his family, his wife and his kids, own a breakdown of 21%, giving them a total of 70% control. But here's how the shares work. If all his kids vote against him, instead of it being 51-49 against Vince, if the voting shares that his family has are 100% against him, he actually gets back 2% of the voting shares that's being used against him. So in essence, he has control of the company at all times.
Control the share, yeah. Doesn't matter who votes or whatever. So at the end of the day, his decision is the final decision.
So
because he owns control of shares. Yeah.
Because exactly. The Rockefeller situation is a little bit different. This is how that broke down. The company wasn't 50-50, right? The LLC itself was put up between 3 people, right? But the publishing, the actual value of the company was tied up between Jay and Dane, right? And they didn't own but 25% of the publishing. So the dick move was on Jay's part. When the major comes in and says, look, if you snake your mans and sell your interest,
Snake what? No Explain choice. Snake. Explain Snake. Tell him what they told him to do.
This is all about Jay-Z getting his masters back and owning his own music. You understand? So that was the long play. So I'm not saying it's sneaky to try to own your own shit. I'm saying that his masters should have been owned between him, Biggs, right, and Dane, because they're the ones that created it together. So all 3 of them have interest, and that's the most valuable piece of the company is the music. So what he did was he used the power of the major.
Especially the reasonable doubt, because that's all he was really concerned about. That was the main thing that he was concerned about was he wanted to own 100% a reasonable doubt. He didn't give a fuck about none of the rest of them. He wanted to mainly own reasonable doubt, which was a personal thing. It wasn't even a money thing. It was a personal thing to where it was like, no, this one right here, I want to own all of it. And then they said, this is how you're going to own all of it, by doing this.
But the ownership was important, bro. But the ownership was only important because he didn't want Dane to be able to exploit it when he left. He wanted out of that business arrangement. He wanted out of that publishing deal. You understand?
Right.
Because the man value in the company, because the man held on to his.
The man was in his ear.
Part of Rockefeller and made no money.
Right. Because the man was in his ear. The machine was in his ear. And no, yo, listen, and we get this loudmouth knowing this guy knows too much. So we got to get him out of here. So we can't, because right now we can't control him with this mouthpiece. Right or wrong?
You ain't wrong, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, yo, dude, I get it. I get it. But my thing is sometimes it comes a point to where it's like with us. If a brother comes to you and be like, yo, that nigga RecBoy Shad, he's too wild, my nigga. Like, he's wild. Now, you can tell me, yo, listen, you need to calm the fuck down or we going to miss this bag or what? And I said, no.
There was no bag in this situation. The thing was, it was all for solo for Jay-Z. Understand?
No. He's confirming it. The underlying thing.
Solo, bro.
But but understand that whole thing, though. They didn't want Dame in the picture. There's a reason why they didn't want Dame in the picture.
Because they can't control him.
I understand. But this is what I'm trying to tell you.
That's why.
So now if they say, yo, Chris, this is how you get to the billionaire status. But this nigga right here is holding you back.
Good, Black guy.
Well, here's my point, though. But Dame wasn't holding him back. Here's my point. Dame wasn't holding him back. The reason why Snakey is because Jay could have moved forward on his own. Once his part of the deal was done, he could move forward and make new music. And Dame has the right, as the person who helped him create the old work, to exploit it. Does that make sense? So Jay could have kept while allowing Dame to eat off a reasonable doubt and in volume 1 and volume 2 because he was part of that. It's not fair to cut him out. That's the bullshit.
Right.
That's not stopping Jay from growing at all.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I mean, like I said, I understand with the personal tie to Reasonable Doubt, and maybe, I mean, yeah, it's some fuckboy shit. They ain't even know maybe about it. It's some fuckboy shit. You know, if that's your man, no, but his man now here's the other monkey in the wrench. It's all on. That's your man. There's certain things that me and Chris won't. There's nothing in between us. You get what I'm saying? Certain people don't see a man's that way. You get what I'm saying? Like you get what I'm saying? Like if a nigga don't fuck with Chris or Chris don't fuck with a nigga, I don't fuck with a nigga, and they know that. They already know that. There's not too many people that don't fuck with Chris.
It's deeper, bro, because it's not like a nigga would say on the face of it is that's Jay-Z work, so he owned that. But like, nah, niggas acting like Dame money ain't fund all that shit from get go. It ain't like Jay came with the bag dolo and funded everything.
Yeah, it was straight up niggas. It was straight up niggas.
Help press the copies. Exactly.
All of that shit went in there. No. Absolutely. Not only that, went in there and demanded the money that he got. Like Jay wasn't going in there and demanding that shit. It took somebody else. It always takes somebody else to go in there and say, yo, this nigga deserves this. Because when that nigga goes in there to say that, they laugh at him. But somebody else goes in there and says that, it's different.
Let's also keep it a stack, because this whole man shit get thrown around too loosely too, right? Like when you're in business, there's a whole different thing than your man's and your business partner. Yeah, we might be cool. We might go hang out, we might have a couple drinks. We might be cool, but when it's business, it's business. You know what I mean?
So
I tell people shit all the time.
If it's business, it's business. Because that's
but
business.
if I start a business, we start a business and we're business partners and you do some shit like that, you still grind me because you're getting me out of some shit I help you start. And I help you build. Because without me being the mouthpiece and sitting here fighting for you, because yo, listen, let's think about it. Let's keep it all the way 100. When Jay-Z first started rapping, nobody wanted to sign him.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
He was doing that fast rapping shit, running through there trying to get deals and all that shit. And when he linked up with Biggs and Dame started going there, and yo, listen, being the hustler that he is from Harlem, this is how we need to package this. This is what we need to do. Start running around. That's when it starts really flourishing.
All right, so it's either a business deal, it's either a business deal or it's a friendship. Because if it's a business deal, then everything is all fair in business.
Yeah, but you know
that's what you said. So now we have to distinguish the two, because we're talking about, because we're saying business is business. If it's business, and like if we have a business arrangement, we never met. We never hung out. We don't have a.
Yeah, even if it's business though, he redigged on the business. He's shanking them in the business aspect, bro. Even if it's just business, how you gonna take my interest in the shit I help you build? Fuck out of here. So if me and you build a building together, 50-50, I fund half of it, you fund half of it, right? But you got a property manager or a company that runs the business, and they're gonna say, you know what? As long as that person's attached to this business, we're not gonna run it for you no more. So we're just gonna stop operating right here in the dime, and every day you're gonna bleed and hemorrhage money until you force me out of it. Because now I can't make it work, so my part of it is not worth nothing. So now I gotta take this $5 million, or they never gonna run a business again for me. And then as soon as I leave, the business starts back up, and now you generate revenue again. That's essentially what he did.
That's exactly what he did.
And now it's like take this $5 million or get nothing. Exactly.
Or lose. Bro. It's not even. It's lose. It's lose. But I mean, it's trash because we're looking at it as how we do business. But do you think if Facebook was to do that with our show or Spotify or anybody else, niggas is gonna look at it as good business?
Yeah, but from the outside in, it always looks good. The perception of everything always seems better, but what it really is ain't. And this is what we're trying to explain. Just because it's business don't mean it's not bad business. You understand what I'm saying? And people need to understand this shit too. When you go into business with one of your friends, the minute y'all sit down at that table and you sign that deal, and when it's time to work, it's business. When y'all leave the office and y'all go do some shit, it's friendship. People can't distinguish the two. That's where it becomes a problem.
It was definitely bad business, only on the fact that when you do business, there's two sides. So if one side is taking a loss, then it's bad business. If you both take a loss or you both take a gain, then it's good business, right? I guess that's the only way that we could distinguish without getting personal. How you feel, Black?
Here's my point. Here's my point. I'm gonna bow out because I think for me, the whole Jay-Z situation and what he's doing right now, it rubs me the wrong way for a real reason, right?
All right, explain that though.
These artists,
go into all of that.
I will.
Go ahead. All right.
This is the same thing like these artists who no longer relevant, charging niggas $600 for a slot on the SoundCloud playlist, right? Jay-Z's entire mantra has been black owned every fucking thing. So when I buy some shit, you support me because I'm black. You build me up because I'm black. And I'm setting the foundation for all of us. And he's winning off of that. He's trading off of I'm Jay-Z. I'm doing it for us. So come support me. And then you put your money into the shit that he has ownership of. And then he sells it to white people and gets out of it just so he can make $1. That's the entire fucking business. From Rockefeller, right, to Ace of Spades when he's literally selling the dirt in Champagne, France. You heard me? The fucking title. The same thing when he said, look, fuck with title because it's black owned and I'm doing it for y'all. And the minute he gets the opportunity, he cashes the fuck out. You can't trade. If your business thing is to get it and flip it, then be that. But when you say to us as black people who look up to you, right? You say you're going to invest in me because I'm building it so we can have generational wealth and you don't do that. That is my problem with Jay-Z, the businessman. And he has shown from the beginning, if you take it back to him and Dame and Biggs, that he ain't about nobody but himself when it comes to business. And I'm not saying that he has to be altruistic. I'm saying don't be phony. Don't say to the people, I'm doing it for us to build us a foundation. And then you sell out every time you get opportunity. Every bag ain't a good bag. You understand?
There's an op in
the
every
shit that
opportunity.
He was doing could literally impact his community. If he was really about that, the way he say this, he would have left all that shit for people to come behind him and build off of.
Right.
That's how.
All right,
that's how you change the culture.
All right, and that was my next question. Like, how? So what would we like for people in those positions to do to actually help the culture? Because we can't complain about what they're not doing without having a suggestion for.
My problem is not him not helping. My problem is him saying that I'm doing it to help and then not helping. You understand? My problem is that if you want to be selfish, then be selfish.
Yeah, but so how does he? So how if you were sitting there talking to him and say, yo, listen, I don't care whether or not you do whatever you do it for, but if you say you're doing it for the people, and he says, okay, so how do I show you that I'm doing it for the people? What do I need to do in your eyes? Because you get what I'm saying? Like that's what we need.
He made a whole song saying, I'm gonna leave this to my kids. I'm gonna leave this to Blue. He made a whole fucking album about this, bro. I'm leaving this piece to my kids, and he's selling all of it. It's blatant lie, Shad. It's not because of what he's moving. It's that he's lying. It's that he's telling you one thing in music and in interviews, and he's completely fucking lying. He did a breakdown of his business assets on 444, talking about Ace of Spades, talking about his everything, and who he's leaving it to, and his cousins and his daughters and his everything, and it's all gone. He made that 3 years ago. I'm leaving all this to my kids, and this is how you're gonna get it. This is what you guys need to be doing. Follow my lead. And he's selling every piece of it. My problem is he's lying. He can help or not help if he chooses to, but don't tell us to invest in you and then not follow up your campaign promise, bro. He's selling us dreams. That's my only issue. He don't have to help anybody.
No, I get that, but my whole thing is, all right, so in the 444,
do you really
right?
understand that though? Real talk, bro. You get what I'm saying?
No, I do, because I'm trying to. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. When you say, all right, he's telling you, yo, I bought half an Ace of Spades is worth half a B. You know, the other part, whatever. He explained all of that shit. So now, when you see an opportunity and he takes the opportunity, like you said, all bags ain't good bags, but he takes the opportunity. You really don't believe that opportunity is that, or whatever he did, it's when you say for him, it's still for those same people.
But let me let you answer your own question. Answer your own question. Hang on, Black. If he sold it for $500 million right now, if he left it for his kids, how much money do you think his kids will make over the time?
I don't know, because I know after he sold it. No. Hang on. Because it could go down. I can tell you right now. All right, hang
on. Just answer the question. Realistically, right now. No, you wasn't. You was giving me a spiel. Answer the question. They gave him $500 million right now. If he gave it to his kids, his daughter's how old? How old is his daughter? Let's say 8. Let's just say 8. I don't know, but let's say 8. When his daughter turned 21, how much you think that business be worth?
Well,
More
it's
than
probably
half a
gonna be.
billion, right?
I get that, but do you know that after he made that merger, he went from 1 billion to 1.4
Yeah, but
billion?
you're
So
not
now he
answering the
can give
question.
more to his daughter?
For
No,
him.
my thing is, I'm not going to give my son
But he
$100
can't.
when I could do this and give him $150. That's my point. So we're not.
No,
He's
you're
not
They're
doing
not
that.
giving him 100, but it's not
He's not.
1.4. But
Yeah.
bro, it's not 1.4 because they're not giving him cash. It's just
No, but
theoretical
it's
value. It's not
worth.
actually real. Hold up. This is like the Bill Gates conversation or the Zuckerberg conversation or who the nigga that own Amazon? What's his name again?
Jeff Bezos.
He's a better one. So Jeff Bezos is worth like 80 something billion, right?
Yeah,
He's not legally.
Can't
He
touch that.
cannot even sell his stake. He can't even cash out and actually ever see 80 billion. It would tank the fucking economy. He can't do it. They won't even let him. He can't even. Did you know that he can't even give all his money away? He's limited to how much he can give to charity. They will not let him do
they
it.
all are.
So this,
They all are.
So this is all theoretical money. Here's my point. Let's use Ace of Spades as an example. The only reason that Ace of Spades is valuable is because it is bottled and grown in Champagne, France. And I explained in my show yesterday the value in that. You cannot be called a champagne. You can't put it in a bottle unless you are grown and bottled in Champagne, France. That is literally the entire value of the company. And the 50% that Jay-Z sold, he did not sell the IP. He didn't sell the name because the name is worth shit. He sold ownership of the vineyard in Champagne, France. He literally sold the dirt. That is the most valuable piece. Newsflash, he was the only black vineyard owner in all of Champagne, France. Only one on the whole planet that can bottle champagne and sell it as such. So where's the value in that? There's way more value in being the only black landowner in Champagne, France, and giving pieces of that to your people than giving them 400 million they're going to blow in fucking cars. There's way more value in owning that land. And all the other companies seem to get that, but we don't.
Now, you know what's crazy is because
more
all
value in owning title as a platform and moving the culture than getting streams for the streams. It's more valuable to own the platform.
Right. It's all like what I say all the time. Everybody wants now. Nobody worries about later. Like me, for instance, I'm not giving that company away for $500 million. I know you offer me $500 million. I know later my kids, like I could get $500 million now. By the time my kid is 20 at 8, that shit ain't $500 million no more because I done wasted it. I done it's gone. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather give them the business, and then at that point, if hopefully they keep it and they run it through the generation, so we don't got to keep going through what we going through. That's what it's all about. Like if we keep worrying about right now and making money right now, we're never gonna get ahead. Like somebody told me the other day, yo, do we leave America? And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Do we leave America? America's ours. We just don't fight for what's ours. We so quick to give these motherfuckers everything. Yo, here.
Every piece.
You want to make the law? You do it. Here, you do it because we don't want to be the one to be. Think about it. All the people that we had in power doing anything, what happens to them? They get killed because we let them get killed. We let our people sell our own people out. And I know we getting a little deep.
I know. I'm saying though, like, look, Shad, really, bro, you could look at that deal and say it's a good deal, but think about this. Don't just think about Ace of Spades. Being how valuable that land is, Jay-Z could have made 30 different champagne brands and made all those companies worth $500 million because it's rare to grow.
But that's a gamble too, though.
That's what,
right? Right? So
that's what Moet Hennessy is going to do.
Well, see, that's what they're gonna. No, that's what we're hoping on.
And make 20
That's
brands.
what we're hoping on. The only person
but they will.
There's
and
more
work because it's Moet Hennessy.
See, my thing is this: it's like somebody, it's like a fan telling you, "Yo, I think you should sign with this person because if you sign with this person, because they're looking from without knowing that, yo, dude, you own everything, you make your beat, so why would you sign with this person? You get what I'm saying? Like my thing is, you don't become a billionaire by fuckboy mistakes." So everything, no, listen, and not to say that he's not a sellout, not to say that he's not a sellout, not to say that he doesn't sell his own people. There's a difference between morally right and business right. That's what I'm trying to separate. To where, dude, a person doesn't become a billionaire from Marcy Projects by making the wrong decision, by not foreseeing certain things, by taking those gambles where people look at and say, why the fuck is he doing that when it doesn't make sense here? And then 7 years later, he's a billionaire. Like, there was a lot of things that were questionable that he did that people were like, yo, what the fuck is he doing that shit for? Yo,
Yeah,
he's doing the snake move.
You jumping over the whole fact that it's 1 billionaire as to where it could have been 3.
But see, now we're talking about what could have, would have. If Dr. King was here, we probably would have.
But
it's not could have. It's facts. Look at where Rockefeller was then. Go ahead, Black.
But who's to say that Dame ain't gonna fuck it up? This is what I'm saying. Like, we know people who fuck shit up. I mean, dude, for him to see something then, and not to say that he didn't throw a monkey wrench in it that fucked Dame's whole shit up, because that's a part of life.
Yeah,
but to figure that,
let's really break it down.
You can't.
Let's really break it down. Jay-Z goes and makes this move because Cameron is bringing more. I mean, not Cameron. Dame is bringing more people in and giving more people validation and ownership. Dame's whole mindset is, yo, listen, if I got a phantom, my man gonna get a phantom. If I got $1 million, my man gonna get $1 million. Jay-Z's mindset, if I got $1 million, I got $1 million. Let's keep it a stack.
Well, we can't speak on his mindset because we
it proves that what he's doing. Am I right? Am I
wrong?
Only
thing that we can prove is what we can look at where they are in life since those decisions were made. We can look at where they were then and where they are now. Those are facts. We can't say that because Jay-Z could have been thinking like a psycho killer. We don't know his mindset. We just know where he is and where he was at.
Well, it goes back for me. I'm not arguing morals. I'm arguing off the platform he stood on. I think all that shit you're saying is nice, but I'm not being the moral police. I'm not saying don't be a snake to your mans. I'm saying Tyler Perry fucking does it. He trades on this is God's work. I'm making show movies and stuff with God behind it. So support me. And now he's out dressing in drag and doing all this other shit, building an empire, which in reality has nothing to do with God, right? But he's trading off of faith because you can't hate on religion, and that's how he builds his brand. You know what I mean? That's my issue. It's not being authentic. It's not being real with what you're actually trying to accomplish. I don't care if Jay-Z's the most cutthroat, selfish businessman of all time. I don't care. My only problem is if you're telling me I'm doing it to show you the path, and you're actually doing it not to show me shit, but just to make money, and you're using me as a consumer to feed your businesses, that is the issue. It has nothing to do with morals or good business. It's great for him, so do that. But he's basically lying to your face. And like I said, with the vineyard, if you really understood the champagne alone, Shad, being able to call something champagne as opposed to great drink is worth billions.
Oh no, I get that.
Super valuable.
I get that. So
he could have made 50 brands of champagne forever and gave all those different companies to his kids and to his man and to everybody else and just had a black-owned champagne company. He could have did that for eternity. What does he need $500 million for?
But see,
it doesn't make any damn sense
to us because maybe there's something missing that we not like, right? I mean, like, think about it, because I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. Like, think about it. I wouldn't give up that. But for somebody to give up that, maybe there is something. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Like, my thing is like I might. Like no, I don't know. I don't know. Yo, listen. He might take that to get another company who owns this is what I'm saying. Is like, we don't know. So I'm not gonna say
you playing devil's advocate, and you know the answer to your own question. Because if you wouldn't do it, then why is it okay for somebody else?
But this is what I'm saying. Yo, listen. There's a lot of things I won't do. I won't go and buy a key for 32 grand, but that doesn't mean somebody else is gonna go buy a key for 32 grand because they know that they can go and get it off for 64 right off the rip. And I'm like, why are you gonna do that? But they got somebody who's gonna buy it right then and there. I don't know that information.
Hang on,
I don't know that information.
That's the problem. So if your man comes to you, let's say Black comes to you and say, yo, I'm gonna go buy this for 32. You're gonna let him go buy it for 32?
No, I'm gonna tell him no, you're foolish. Right? He's telling me, I don't have to touch it. All I gotta do is sign here or do this, that, and the third. And he gets 64 off the muscle. So now it's up to him to say, yo, listen, this makes sense.
Right.
We don't know
Yo,
that. I don't know that he's gonna
Black,
bounce that off for 64, right? I
Black.
mean, that's what
We
I'm saying. Not to say that he's right or wrong, but I
Yeah,
mean,
but
we don't know.
you playing devil's advocate is the perception on why a lot of people are thinking what they're thinking, because there's people like you who's really feeding this to the people and they really believe in it. We will never get ahead if we keep selling
You know,
everything we have to somebody else. Never in
I
life
get
will we
that
get ahead. Our
because I
kids will
said
be
I
But
won't
hang
that's the
on,
sell.
point. We don't
right,
we
No,
don't
I
own
said
shit.
I won't sell.
right.
I won't
Yeah,
sell.
so
But
you playing hang on, you playing devil's advocate saying we don't know is making somebody in here think what you're saying, oh shit, maybe it's not. And in reality, what we should be saying is, yo, listen, when we build this, we need to leave this for our kids. Like for instance, I own two houses. I got rid of one, now I got this one. If I don't leave something for these kids, they're gonna go have to live in the projects. They're gonna have to go rent an apartment. They're gonna have to go do some shit. What's the whole sense of me sitting here doing this then if I'm not leaving it for them, whether it be business or whatever? So we need to instill, like I asked the question earlier, what are these fucking schools teaching our kids? They're not teaching our kids what we're saying right now. They're not teaching them how to run bank books. They're not teaching them how to open businesses, how to buy property, how to do stock. They're not teaching them that shit because they don't want us to know. So we could keep doing the same dumb shit that everybody else is doing. Yo, listen, I'm gonna go buy this, I'm gonna sell this so I can give my kid this money right now. When your kid is gonna fuck that up and he's gonna be broke, just like we were. So
no,
we
I
need
get
to
it.
teach.
I get it.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is the issue because and this bothers me a lot because I tell people all the time, and Shad to tell you, I don't know, Black, you really don't know, but I tell people all the time how to go buy houses, how to invest this money and get this money back and own some shit than to sit your BMW in front of somebody else's fucking house in the pride. My man just hit me up the other day with some big ass chain and a fucking BMW. I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but you live in the projects. So what the fuck are you doing? I'm
Dumb.
telling you how to go get your shit right, how to fucking build your credit, how to go buy some shit, but you're going to do the total opposite. So we can't sit here and this is, I'm talking about minorities in the whole. We can't sit here and condone this shit because it's not right. We'll never get ahead. We'll always be the ones that saying, yo, we're owed this, we're owed that. We have the opportunity to own it and take back what's ours now. If we don't do it, our kids are gonna have to suffer what the fuck we are not doing now. And that's the whole point of this whole conversation, I think.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. We are what? We are 60 years moved from 55 years moved from what? Jim Crow and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Tell me what we
that shit
own.
was.
Because everything that we started owning, from the FUBUs to the BETs to Rockefeller, whatever you want to call it, all these black owned things, all of them have been sold. Every
Right.
stride that we made as a people in the last 20, 25 years in ownership, where at some point a generation needs to set the foundation so that when you hear the last name Carter, right, it means something. Niggas say Wells Fargo like that wasn't two people's names. Like they think it's
Right.
really a business. Like, no, that's niggas'
Yeah,
names.
yeah, yeah.
You
No, no,
understand?
no,
Like
yeah.
it's so entrenched in society that they names mean what they mean. You heard me? We don't have nothing like that. And it's gonna take a generation of us, of brown people, to own some shit and build a legacy. And all that stuff that was happening in the 90s and getting your foot in the door, we have sold everything completely right back to them.
So,
Everything, every business, every major, everything, except what the
I
fucking
was,
Charlotte Hornets at this point. That's crazy.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
that's
say,
crazy that you said that. That's crazy.
how is Master P in this conversation? Does he still own a lot of his stuff, or is he still selling out too?
What has he sold?
What he owns?
That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What does
I
he
mean,
own?
I
That's
He
know.
valuable.
hasn't. Yeah, he owns everything.
Wait, what you say, Black?
But what he owns everything. But what does he own that's valuable? What's foundational that he owns? What does he own?
So now, but he has something. Well, I mean, I get. So why own it then? If it's not, why pass that shit down? If that shit don't hold no weight, you might as well sell it.
Hold up. That's not the issue, bro. Building wealth for yourself is cool too. I'm not saying. I think you keep getting hung up as if building a stockpile for yourself is bad. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I'm saying that when you do make the move and you do something that shake the fucking room, why are we so quick to sell it? I'm not saying if you own a mom and pop bodega to sell it because it ain't worth nothing. But once you get to a spot where you own 55 bodegas, why do we then sell it to a conglomerate who makes it a fucking a part of Wendy's? Like that's what we do instead of continuing to build the brand. Like Walmart started out as one fucking store, and it's the biggest employer on the planet. Amazon sold books out of a garage in 15 years. It's the biggest company on the planet. Like he could have took the money from a Microsoft who said, "Let me buy a company." He said, "Nah, I'm gonna diversify my portfolio and sell you different shit and run every fucking thing because I can. We get a piece, bro. We had one black-owned network. We got a piece, and what do? Sell
Give
it.
it away.
We just sell it, not part. We don't get seed capital, which would be smart. We don't say, here's 20%, give me 300 million. I take that money and diversify my portfolio and make more cash and maintain control. We say, we'll be partners. We'll give you 80%. We give it the fuck away like dummies, and we don't own shit. So you can't never go from BET to BET Plus to fucking I own 20 networks.
Yeah, let me give.
Got a channel. She don't
Let
even
me
own her
give.
channel.
Right. Let me give the dumbest down version I can. So back in the 70s, my grandfather owned a nightclub, right? Very profitable nightclub. They were doing good. They ended up buying a brownstone in Brooklyn, right? 3-family brownstone, the only fucking brownstone that had a house behind it. He passes away in 1993, 92, around there, right? Leave it to my grandmother. Later on, my grandmother sells it for $150,000, right? Which is like 99, 2000, she sells it, right? You know how much that brownstone is worth right now? $3.5 million. My aunt is sitting on one across the street. So now if they would have kept that in the family, think about where his kids would have been right now. That's as simple as I could
And
put
then
it.
you take a
That's
piece
like
of that 3.5. Yeah.
right.
And invest that money. You don't sell the whole thing. You keep ownership and take the money and make it a seed something else.
Right. Because my aunt owns a building across the street. She bought it in the 70s for $98,000. That shit is worth almost $3.5 million right now. And it's the building directly across the street from the one that my grandmother owned. She still has it. So my cousins, who are her kids, are good because that shit's in the family. Now, my grandmother who sold it, my mom's passed away with nothing. Her brothers, sisters, all of them passed away with nothing. My aunt, who's still alive, is doing good, but she don't have no generational wealth that was passed down from her. So now what she's leaving to her kids. And I think that's the simplest way I can explain it to people. Like, we have to leave something for these kids. We got to stop putting in all this work, putting in this footwork, and not leaving just money. Money is not the end all be all.
That's just gone. In a generation, it's just fucking gone. They don't do nothing.
I don't know. Listen, y'all gonna hate me. But listen, I don't believe that nigga is not leaving nothing to Blue and the twins. You got it all fucked up.
He's leaving them
No,
money.
I don't believe that. Me personally, I don't believe that he's just leaving them money. Yo, dude, there's like, I mean, listen, I'm a logical thinker. So we questioned him when he did this. He became a big, even more stature, bought more things and have more things to leverage. Like, it's always been an incline. So when you look and you say, yo, listen, I don't know, man, this shit look like he's not. And it's like, wait a minute. What did he do that didn't help him and his?
Yeah, but you're not understanding the point.
Who is he employing, my nigga? Like, yo.
No. I get that, Black. I get that.
His whole family, but hold up, bro. His whole family, Donald Trump became president. His whole fucking family got cabinet seats and everything. It's not just leaving fucking bread, my nigga. Who the fuck is Jay-Z employing? Why he don't got a company that employs 50,000 people? He should. He's had enough assets to build that up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the problem is. It's not even just about giving a bag to your daughter. When I say the kids, I mean literally.
All right.
He can employ a million black people.
All right, now you're talking. Now that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation because we were talking about investing.
The conversation we had the whole time. You just saying you did it, but you wasn't. Yeah,
maybe I took it the wrong way. No, because I'm thinking you're talking about every move that he makes is for his kids. You may not like it. I may not like it. It may not make sense, but somehow down the line, it's to improve their situation.
The whole time we've been talking about what we own. The culture.
And what you're leaving to the kids.
Yeah, but
you said, culture. Why would he sell that? But this is what I'm saying. Why he's not leaving that to
you're listening to one side, you're listening to one argument. The whole time we've been saying it, we're saying the culture and what's being left. The whole thing is the culture. He's not leaving nothing for us. Everything he's selling off is for him. It's like right now. What do we have that we bought into? Like, think about how many albums you bought of this guy.
But this is what I'm saying. So now, but now you're talking about the culture versus personal now. So now it comes to good business versus the culture. So
But
you
we
can't
not
say
because,
it's
because he
bad
didn't
business.
say that,
Yeah,
Rashad. He didn't say that, bro. The only reason why I bought Ace of Spade because I thought that in 10 years he'd have a company big enough to employ my kids.
Got
That's
you.
the trade-off. He's trading on us. I'm gonna buy your album so that when you get the bread up, you can own some shit that can then employ
And then
all of
I
us.
can tell my kids to
feed
go
all
work
of
for
us.
the. Yeah, got you. I got see, but all right now, but Black, you gotta admit that that's different from saying what he's doing for the Carters. The Carters is always gonna be good. Whatever moves he makes
But
is
that's
always
not correct. And that's
all
why I
right.
said, bro, this is not about me being mad at him making his family good. His family's gravy. When I said the kids, we're talking about the generation behind us. The reason why we
All
bought
right.
into
So
Jay-Z in the first place is because he
it's
said,
more
this is what I'm doing.
into the culture kids
Yeah, but
versus
not only that.
Because of him, because his words.
Yeah, and this is what he's telling. Think about it. This is Jay-Z we talking about. So everybody who's
right.
seeing this is thinking this is good, and they're following the same blueprint. And this is alludes to the point I was telling you earlier.
Yep.
We gotta stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? When we build something successful, we gotta show people that, yo, listen, this is ours. We gotta keep it within ourselves. If we keep showing, if I'm Jay-Z and I keep showing y'all, yo, listen, I build this and y'all buying it to what I'm selling y'all, and I'm giving it away. I'm selling it, but I'm gonna just say giving it away just for the purpose of saying it. I'm giving it away to them. Now we don't own that as a culture, and I can't show somebody who looks up to me how to do that because I'm telling them how to get some shit, how to acquire some shit and get rid of some shit. I'm not showing them how to acquire and keep it and build our own.
He's teaching us that the only way for us to win is to sell to white people. It's to give it to them. They have to give us money for us to be successful. Why can't we build it, own it, and sustain it like everybody else does?
I get
Instead
it.
of selling it out. That's
I
weird.
Get it. This was a great conversation. I think a lot of people, because this don't only relate to top businesses. This relates to any independent artist, any entrepreneur, anything. Because if they don't understand that they're a business and a brand and that they're building something, and later everybody's music is worth something, right? Whether they're the artist who's making no record sales, but when they understand that this is theirs and this is something that they're leaving to somebody, like for instance, Black, he owns his music, he owns his publishing and all that. God forbid anything happens, his kids are still gonna get a check off of that. Whether it's pennies, whether it's $1 million, whatever, it's still generational wealth that is coming. And how she perceives that is, damn, I could get a check and I could take this and I could put it here and I could build my own because my father showed me how to build my own. They're not showing us, and I tell you this all the time, there's grants, there's money out here that is giving away, but nobody's not telling us. These people are telling their own people so they could go get it. Anybody who's tuned in right now could go open a business, offer grant that is free money given to you, but do they know how to do it? Do they know where to go find it? No, because nobody's giving them that information. Now the Jewish guy who knows this shit is telling his man is telling his man, they buying up all of Brooklyn, buying up all these stores because they're telling each other because they're taught this shit. We know it, but we rather sell out and give it to somebody else to not tell the next motherfucker how to get it because we are egotistical and we want I. That's why we'll never get ahead.
Big facts. And you know what's funny? Drake and Wayne went through the same thing that Jay-Z and Dame just went through, right? But they did it differently, right? So Drake just sold all the masters of Young Money to this company for a little $50 million bag, right? Bet. Drake could have been salty and butthurt and said, "Oh, you selling my shit." But what he did, he realized was that, and he says on his record, "I'm grateful to Wayne forever. I'm indebted to him." Right? They helped make me who I am. So it's their right to eat off of that. But now my contract is over. So I'm not gonna snake Wayne. I'm not gonna cutthroat. I'm just gonna go build my own, and I'm gonna do it independently, and I'm gonna own all my shit now, as I should. And I'm gonna build, and I'm gonna feed my team. I'm gonna put all of us on, and we all gonna win together. Right? That's what Wayne was supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Wayne was supposed to do. And he fought that fight with Baby, and he got his piece of it. And then when he got it, he turns around and sells it. He fought for 6 years for ownership of Young Money. And when he got control, he sold it for a bag.
All right. I got a question. Had Drake came and said, "Yo, I'm gonna give you $50 million for it," would he been a snake?
Beautiful. That would have been
no. But I'm saying, but would he been a snake?
That's not a snake move. If Wayne wants to sell something that he owns, and Drake says, "I'll buy it from you."
All right.
Better question. Smart.
So, all right. So was Wade not a snake for not going to Drake first?
Yeah, but you got to ask the right question. I think Black. I think what Shad is trying to say is if he offered him $50 billion for his
Or everything, just everything. If he like Mike did with Paul McCartney, he called him. He called him and said, "Yo, how much is it? How much you selling your catalog?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, all right." And then Mike went and put a bid in. So now, if Wayne says he wants $50 million,
I'm gonna let you answer. But if in my opinion on this question, if Drake was to call and say, "Yo, I'll buy the whole money shit for $50 million," and he's buying Nicki's and everybody else's shit, that's a snake shit in my opinion. Now, if he's saying $50 million for just his, then that's smart as fuck. What's your idea, Black?
You sound crazy.
It's not snaky if Drake is saying if Drake is saying, "Yo, Wayne, why are you gonna sell it to Universal when I can own it myself and keep it in the family?" So if you're just looking for the seed money or you just want the bread, here, take the bread and let me and Nicki and Lil Twist and all them niggas continue to own this thing. So if Wayne wants a buyout, if Wayne wants that, then that's Wayne's choice. You don't give the Young Money catalog to Universal.
But that's what I'm saying. Universal. So, but this is what I'm saying. So why? This is my thing as Wayne, as whatever the situation is, you go out and get locked up. Nicki got it, and Drake got it. You can go to them two and say, "Yo, listen, I'm fucked up. I'm about to make this move. Do y'all want in? Because the offer on the table is 50. Because that's all he got. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, 50 is 50. He don't give a fuck about the music. Obviously, he wanted the money, so he really don't care who it comes from. Because he said, "I don't give a fuck about it. It has no sentimental value."
But here's the thing: he sold the back catalog. He didn't sell the company, and Drake was out of the deal. So for Drake, in his mind, you don't have to be salty, right? When your mentor and the person who put you on sells something that they own. Yes, I have ownership because I helped create it. But the reality is Young Money owns the records. This is like Dame. And if Dame owns the records, Dame should have a piece of that future going forward for fucking ever, right? That's the only problem. It's not snaky. So when Wayne sells his part of the catalog for $50 million, that is Wayne's right. He's not selling Drake, right? He's not selling the label. I think it's dumb. I think it's bad business. But Drake just said, all right, bet. Boss, that was yours to own and to sell and do it as you please. And you my man, whatever. I'm just going to go over here and make my own shit brand new, right? That's what Jay-Z could have did. Instead, Jay-Z struck a deal without talking to Dame and Biggs behind their back, sold his part from underneath them, and they said, ain't no value here. So now what you going to do? That's not what Wayne did. Drake knew what was happening. It wasn't a secret.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, but he sold something that Cash Money owns. So now if you sell, that's the same thing.
No, Wayne sold something that he owned. Wayne sold the back catalog from the Young Money artist. That's what he owned. Independent. Yeah, that's what he sold Baby for. Correct.
Yeah, but he only sold what he owned.
Correct.
Jay-Z sold what he owned.
No, Jay-Z sold.
Right, no, he sold the part that he owned.
He only sold the part that he owned. But because he's co-owning something, he devalued it for his business partner. Wayne was a sole owner. It's different. So if me and you own a business together and I sell my stake and bring in a solid partner who's not going to put no more money in the business, now you gotta run the business by yourself with your own bag while your solid partner get 50% of your profits.
I thought Cash Money was. I thought Young Money was Cash Money, which was universal. That's why I said you split it 3 ways.
Young Money fought Baby, and they gave Young Money to Lil Wayne totally.
Oh, totally. All right. After he got out of everything.
He didn't sell the company. And Shad, don't forget, he didn't sell the company. He sold the catalog. So there's a difference between the two situations too. Jay-Z sold the company. Wayne sold the catalog. So there's a difference in how there's a difference in it.
No. There's a big difference because the catalog is actually worth something. With the money, without the catalog, the label has nothing. The label has nothing. If you sold everything,
whatever they make new,
whatever's new, yeah. But so basically, you went from say Young Money was worth 100 million, but they gave him 50 cash up front for the catalog. The catalog was worth everything that they spit. So now he has a company that's worth nothing. Because he sold all, it's like owning the store.
But it's worth a lot. But it's worth a lot because they're still signed to it and they can make new content. So that's the difference in this conversation. It's still worth the other 50 because the artists are still there and are contractually obligated to release new music to make them more money.
All right. So who's still off the wall question? Who's still on Cash Money? I mean, Young Money. All of them is still signed. They still all got album deals.
Yo, I had this talk.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Nicki
Like,
still
I don't
signed.
know. Oh, so Nicki
Yeah,
still
Nicki
has
still
she owes them work, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's what you say.
She owes them
Okay.
3 more albums. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, then that's a good see. Then of course, why wouldn't you sell? Nicki could do 50 million by herself if you put out those 3 projects. So now I can imagine that whatever you got Drake tied into.
Hang on,
So now,
hang on,
all right, go ahead.
hang on, real quick. This is how this affects the generation shit. Because this man has produced for Nicki, right? So now, how does this affect you as a producer when they sell this catalog? Do you still get the back end checks? I mean, not the back end checks. Excuse me. Do you still get the checks? For how does
The
that work for
royalties
you?
all
Because
out.
now again, this is how it affects everything.
So it's publishing, right? So the publishing, what they've done is they've sold the publishing of the back catalog. So what they've done is they bundled up the publishing for the back catalog, put it all under the same secondary publisher. Not, all right, I'll explain it. So let's say you have Young Money, the record company, and you have Young Money Publishing, which owns the rights of the music, and they can put it in TVs and all that stuff, TV shows. They didn't sell Young Money Publishing. They created a separate company, let's call it Young Money Spinoff, and took the publishing for the back catalog, stuck it in Young Money Spinoff, and then sold that publishing company to Universal.
All right. All right.
So my money's not affected. It's still owned in a publishing company, and that company will still exploit that music, and I will still get the same bag. And Young Money Publishing is still part of Young Money, the label, and they can make new music that falls under that new publishing and keep making money.
So he made
it. The money they spun out.
He made a company just to sell it out, pretty much.
He made a publishing company just to sell it out. Correct.
Good information. Yo, Black, I appreciate your time, man. We might have to do something, man. We might really have to make this happen.
I think we gotta bring Doggy on the show. Because Doggy was fighting me when he told what I said I'm not selling nothing. And he was really abdomen about it. So maybe we bring a panel on and because I mean, us as entrepreneurs, we need to know this shit and we need to be pointed in the right direction. We all can't be thinking that, yo, I'm right and this is how it goes. You get what I'm saying? Because this is how you build. This is how you come.
I also think Doggy was looking at it from a different way too. As far as when he starts something, he could build another thing. He wasn't thinking at it as let me leave something for the future generation to own or something. But this is definitely a dope conversation that should be had on a panel because with different perspectives, right? Too because we could all
people are looking
come to
for
a conclusion
different
at the end of it.
Absolutely, because not only that, like we can all come to the same conclusion at the end, but get there different ways. And then we all have valid points where Black could be like, yo, Shad, I see where you're coming from, but you don't understand that, yo, it's not about what he's leaving. He's making sure anybody and anything that he said, them niggas is taken care of. But my thing is you tell us to hold off on the NFL thing, not to bash you, to see what you do, and then you do some fuckboy shit because we're following you and it only benefits you. See, that's different than saying, yo, he's not worried about leaving his legacy. You get what I'm saying? Now, see, and I took it as, wait a minute, I believe everything he's doing is for Carter and them. You get what, like for the Carter.
His legacy would always be his legacy, but it ain't gonna be nothing for us, for the people who follow him. There will be no worth for us, for the people who follow him, because all he's doing is showing us how to sell it and not how to actually keep it and own it. So, yo, Black, man, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate your wisdom as always. We definitely gonna have to do something. I'm gonna be in touch so we can make this happen.
Copy, bro. Appreciate both of y'all as always, man.
All right, my dude.
Yo, don't forget my verse in the remix.
Definitely.
I ain't never
All right,
that, bro.
All right, man. Easy. Nah, that was dope. It was dope that he came in and chimed in and we had a good conversation. You know, I learned some shit.
I think what we all, again, well, I'm gonna just say real quick that we get out of here. We need to learn how to own and keep control of what we have, so that we're teaching the ones below us how to do the same. You know what I'm saying? If think about it, listen, I tell people this shit all the time. If you're driving with your kids in the car and you're constantly on your phone, guess what's gonna happen? When they start driving, they're gonna do the same shit. These kids are watching your every move.
No, absolutely.
Every motherfucking
Absolutely.
move.
Absolutely. We're gonna get into it because, like I said, I plan on leaving these little niggas a barbershop, and neither one of these niggas like plan on cutting hair. So my thing is, I'm pretty sure
They don't have to. They can own it.
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. Like my kids, I think my kids, personally, you know what they're gonna fucking do? They're gonna have something else that they want to do, and get the money from the shop to do what they want to do to further the legacy. Like they might think, yo, you get what I'm saying? Which I can't be upset about.
That's what it's about, though.
But yeah, no, I'm leaving them that. So now if they sell out to go do something else, then it is
you're
what
not
it is.
selling the barbershop. You're not selling the barbershop to give them money to go start a business. You're leaving them something that they could take money from to start something else. So they're building
if they don't want to do that,
if
they want to sell it to, but I'm gonna set it up so that they don't have to sell it. The shit is there. Like they don't have to do anything. They just come and pick up the bag. Like that's the whole point. Like they're not gonna have to do it. My kids don't cut hair, so me living in the shop, only thing they're gonna do is pick up the bag. You get what I'm saying?
It's like my kids. My son tells me all the time, "Yo, Dad, I want to do what you do for a living." I'm like, "No, the fuck you don't. You're gonna go to school. You're gonna do what you gotta do." The reason why I'm telling them that is because nobody told me that.
Right.
They told me, "Yo, you gotta go to school. You gotta get a job. You gotta work." I'm telling them, you don't gotta get a motherfucking job. Go to school, get your motherfucking education, and own some shit that you run and operate that nobody could tell you what you could do. Different type of wavelength than what I was born on and what people were telling me.
No. We were told
go do what you gotta do.
We were told to go to work, get a job, get into debt, and that's life. Right. That's what we were told. Right. We weren't told that. Listen, yo,
I'm gonna leave out. I think we end the show on this.
But
I opened up. I got credit cards, right? My credit is good. So what I did was I put my kid on one of my credit cards. Both of my kids, they got 2 different credit cards, 2 different companies. I keep the credit card. They don't know they have it. So what I'm doing right now with them is I'm building their credit by every time I use my credit card because it's attached to my credit card account and I pay it off, their credit is going up. My son's credit score, he's not even 11 years old. He's at 6 and some change. My daughter, same thing, right? So now what I'm doing by the time they turn 18, 19, their credit is fucking A1. They could go do whatever the fuck they want credit-wise. So now if I start a business and they have some equity in this business and they have something to do, put something against, it's a no-brainer for them at this point. They don't got to sit here and struggle and do what I had to do to go acquire property or do whatever. At that point, they could grab this line of credit that I built for them through my. I got a maintenance company as well. The same thing. They're on all that shit. So as I'm acquiring capital that I could get against, it's theirs. It's sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And this is shit that generational shit that is gonna get brought on to their kids and their other kids. Not how I was told, yo, go to school, get good grades, get a job, work this, you could be an architect, you could be a cop, you could be, yeah, that's great. You could do all that. That's beautiful. That's what you want to do. More blessings to you. But I'm not teaching my kids to be a fucking 9-to-5 for nobody. If they choose to do that, that's up to them. But what I'm teaching and what I'm raising over here is a motherfucking boss, is a CEO, somebody who's going to own some shit and who's going to run some shit, not somebody who's going to be a yes man and say what they do. Like, as of right now, and again, real quick, as of today, I have 40 hours at my job. We only have Wednesday.
Yeah, that's
we only have Wednesday. Now, if you fucking sitting here thinking I'm throughout all that time I'm putting at my job that I'm not coming home and working on my shit, you're fucking bugging. Because if I'm putting that much time into somebody else's shit, and I'm not showing these kids, yo, listen, yeah, I'm putting this much time, but I'm also focusing on this, so I could do this, this, and this, and this, I'm playing myself. I'm just teaching them how to go be somebody's worker, and that's not what I'm raising over here.
No, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. We raising bosses and kings, head of families, and queens. Shout out to Sierra and Charisma, 2 baby girls. But that is our show for today. Dude, we had such a long show. We went everywhere. It's almost like Cortez was last show. It's crazy, right?
Shout out Cortez too.
That was kind of
too. Like I said on the show, I was in talks with him personally for a minute, but it took somebody that we knew mutually to make it happen. So again, it's all about the relationships you have and how you build these relationships to make shit happen.
Shit. He was like, "Nah, I feel the vibe. I fucks with y'all," So and he said he's willing to do the little judging of some battles, which is super dope. So we're gonna see if we can snatch that back up too.
People need to understand he's it's a brand thing going on here, right? And I think people get fucked up when they hear, yo, yeah, I'm willing to do it. Ain't nothing free.
Absolutely.
When you bring somebody who has a brand involved in something, it's gonna cost something. And this alludes to everything we're talking about. When he builds something that is worth something, whether it just be a name, whether it be the content, whatever. So for him to play himself and say, oh, listen, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do that for nothing, not even play himself. If he's willing to do that, he has to see the value in what he's doing that's gonna return his time, because his time is an investment to come back to him. And I think people need to understand that too, because all too often we hear, yo, oh man, you my man, can you do this? Yeah, but it's not that you my man. It's the time I'm taking to do what you asking me to do that I could have paid or got this money from here to do this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stop asking somebody that we know for some shit and invest in some shit and give them some money so that they could put it somewhere so that it could come by. Like, if you have a circle and you know your man he fixes cars, why you taking that shit to the dealer? Give it to your man, because that money gonna come back to you. You might do something that he needs. It's gonna come back to you. Vice versa. We all too quick, and this goes to the selling and shit too. We also quick to give it to somebody else instead of keeping the money within the circle.
Well, you already know. Make sure you guys check the replay Saturday night, 8 p.m. Blaze 'em Up Radio. We had a dope show. Shout out to our guest Cortez.
You know what I didn't see? Scrolling across the bottom, all the Jews we done passed out. We got the Cash App. Donate some bread to the Cash App.
Yeah. Well,
CatchRec.
You trying to go ahead?
CatchRec. Send the money to CatchRec. Money sign CatchRec. Donation, 50 cent, $1, 10 cent, whatever. Listen, man. It takes us investing in each other, supporting each other to make everything we're saying happen. Real talk.
Not only that, we got merch, so you ain't gotta give just to give. Support. Show them your shirt. Show them that green. Show them that money green. Show them that money green real quick. Ooh, killing. We got the RecBoy joints. Ooh, killing. It's morning music. It's a lifestyle.
Shout out. Shout out to homie Jody Davis.
Yeah,
man.
Please do. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
He fucking we had the show last week with Doggy Diamonds, and he kind of, he broke down some shit to us, and he said some shit that was empowering to me and Shad that made us sit there and think. And we made a couple calls, and we had somebody hit us up with some drawings that they did of us, and they seen the value in what we were doing, and they wanted to support. So that, they took the time out of their schedule to send us some drawings of me and Shad supporting in the studio with the RecBoys. So I gotta say shout out Jody Davis for doing that for us. And if you looking for some creative, original drawings, you gotta hit that man up, man. I'm not talking about
yo, listen.
I'm not talking about some guy who sits on a computer and does some deco shit. He's gonna draw your shit by hand.
Yeah, So and he's focused. Shout out to Jody Davis. That's my homie too. But that is our time this week. We got a new look coming for you. So be on the lookout. Chris is already throwing shit out. We're gonna have the donation. We're gonna have the alerts, all the fly shit. We're gonna take a shot before we get out of here. That's what you want to do. Shout out to Shannon Horace. Listen, if you got to get your taxes done, go and see P&B Monticello, Broadway. She made this bottle for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot, and we're gonna end it on that note. All right, dude. I haven't had Henny in dumb long, dude.
Yeah, I see that you're dipping. You're supposed to go up that.
Nah, I'm not fucking with you. But that is our show for tonight. Make sure you guys check the replay. We love you. Be easy. Till next week. All right, we out. Deuces.